Test, test, test. 1 2 1 2. Test, test. 1 2 1 2. Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Everybody tuning in. Pre-game coverage begins here in just about 2 minutes here on Salina Post. One last check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. Check, check. 1 2 1 2. Be with you shortly here on Salina Post.
It's time for your Game of the Week, brought to you by Eagle Communications and Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. And now with your pregame and play-by-play, here's Tyler Henry.
As the regular season winds to a close across the high school landscape this week, teams from across the state of Kansas will battle it out, some for home field advantage, others for seedings, and some for good old-fashioned survival. As Week 8 gets underway, our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week comes full circle as we return to Salina to watch the Central Mustangs battle the Goddard Lions. Hello everyone and welcome in on the Billings Group Countdown to Kickoff show. Tyler Henry here. So glad you could join us for another installment of our Game of the Week. Last year, this game produced an instant classic as Central came all the way back to erase a 17-point fourth quarter deficit, only to watch all that work undone by one electric Goddard kickoff return. To avenge that loss and move to 500 going into postseason play, the Mustangs will have to contend with a Lion machine that enters at 6-1 and has choked the life out of their opponents with a slow, methodical rushing attack all season long, led by Caden Stroot and Brock Stolovan. Coming up next, we'll hear from both head coaches, get you starting lineups, and have you back to Salina in time for kickoff. All that and more is right here on the Billings Group Countdown to Kickoff show. You're watching the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week right here on Salina Post.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Welcome back in here on the Billings Group Countdown to Kickoff show. It's our Game of the Week, and we're joined now by Tommy Beeson, head coach of the Goddard Lions. Coach, first and foremost, thank you again for taking some time and coming by the pregame show today.
Oh, thanks so much, Tyler. I love being on. It's going to be a fun night tonight.
It should be. Well, and I was curious, if you take these first 7 weeks as kind of a package deal, what overall has been the best thing you've seen out of your team this year?
No, I think, the resilience of losing that week 2 game, it's interesting in football. Every coach has a kind of a plan of what you want to be and how you want to be when the year starts. And there's always a framework and the best programs of what their goal is from where they start to where they finish. But if you take one right in the chops from your rival in week 2 and you just don't play as well as you think you're capable, it would be very easy in that situation to have your players falter and fall off and maybe follow it up with a couple of bad games. But there was no rest for the weary. We turned right around and played Andover, who's a tremendous team, Andover Central, who's ranked in the state. Like, our schedule wasn't going to get any easier, but I was fortunate enough to have enough senior leadership on our team that we took that loss. We did everything we could to try to correct the mistakes that we made, and we've parlayed that into, I think, a 5-game win streak now, and that's us going in the right direction.
Well, and there is that old saying, right? Good teams find ways to win. I wanted to talk to you about some of these close wins that you've had, because you're right. You've been in some battles with some really good teams. You beat Mays 7-3 earlier this year, 14-13 over Andover, 22-16 over Andover Central. In your opinion, as coach, what are the little things you feel like that your team has done right, that those have been close wins and not close losses?
Well, I think the first thing is you got to have a little bit of good luck on your side, right? You got to have a break here or a break there, and then when those breaks happen, you have to be the team that takes advantage. If a team, for example, Andover Central they're a tremendous team. They might win the whole darn thing in 4A, but they kind of got kind of a sloppy pass route thrown against us and their own back end, and we actually had a backup cornerback had just subbed into the game due to a kid having an equipment issue. They threw at my backup corner. He's played JV all year. He picks off kind of a lazy 5-yard out route that honestly was kind of a cross-field play that they may or may not have thrown normally. And sure enough, we pick it off and pick 6 them in the start of the fourth quarter, and that's what kind of broke the dam and pushed us ahead far enough to where they couldn't come back and beat us. And so when you have things like that happen, that's how you win a close game, is you got to make the biggest play in the biggest moment, but you just don't know when those moments are going to happen. So when the game comes down to us versus Andover, we won by 1 point, 14-13, but we were down in that game the entire way. We only had the lead in the game for about 2.5 minutes, and it was the last 2.5 minutes, and those were the ones that count. But we scored on a jet sweep play we hadn't run all game from our kind of condensed formation. They had one guy not kind of see it coming, and boom, our one fast running back, we got snuck outside, and all of a sudden he houses it. We come from behind and win. But it takes 1 play, 2 plays in the biggest moments, and your kids just got to rise to the challenge.
Well, and at the end of the day, you're right. It doesn't matter if you lead for 30 minutes or for 30 seconds. It just matters that you lead by the time the final whistle blows. I know every coach wants to play their best football here as we head down the home stretch of the season. What are some improvements that you're still looking to see out of your guys here in these final games?
Well, we're really confident about who we are defensively. Our team leaders play defense for us. Our most passionate kids and coaches coach and play defense for us. That is where we put all of our energy and all of our time. We actually practice defense more than we do offense every single day of practice. That is who we are trying to be. We want to hold the bad guys to the least amount of yards, least amount of points that we can, and we've been fortunate enough to have the good players to do it. So that is where we focus our energy. Throughout the course of the year, we've tried to improve offensively. We are kind of a keep-away, slow-mo style offense, just trying to put ourselves in a situation where we want to have the ball last when the game matters at the end, and we've held them to the least amount of points they can have on the board. And that's the philosophy we go with. It's not real flashy. It's pretty dang boring. But winning isn't boring. So I guess if that's what it takes to win, that's what we're going to keep trying to do.
Well, and speaking of your run game, it has been outstanding this season. You guys are averaging 6 yards a carry or over 1,800 yards rushing on the season, 26 touchdowns on the ground. I think the easy thing to do is to talk about the athletes like Caden Stroot and Brock Sullivan that have toted the rock for you, but I wanted to ask you about that O-line, because you don't do this without an incredible offensive line. How good have those 5 guys in front been for you this year?
Well, I think offensively, it's really 7 guys up front for us because we play a double tight front, and we only returned 1 varsity player from a year ago. Our entire offense, 10 out of 11 starters, literally got their first play of the season at the varsity uniform on a varsity Friday night, game 1 versus Mays. So it has taken us several weeks to get our feet underneath us. We actually had a horrible night rushing the ball against Andover and didn't even crack 100 yards of offense on the night. We still got a win. So we've made some vast improvements. We've changed a few things philosophically and X's and O's. But really it's about the kids just being willing to be grinders. I mean, we didn't start out the year lighting up the scoreboard. I think we scored like 160 or something in our last 3 or 4 games, 172 or something. Well, that didn't happen when we started. We won our first game with 1 touchdown, 7-3, right? So it has taken us a while on that side of the ball to really get to the place where we're still not there yet. I mean, I shouldn't say get to. We're trying to grow. We're trying to get better. Defensively, we are very confident that we're going to put one of the best defenses in front of anybody every Friday night and make them have to go earn points. That's something we're proud of. We've had that in lock since the year started. That's where we put our energy. Offensively, we are just now turning the corner, but we hope that the product we put on your broadcast is one that people can see is a little bit different than you see every week. We certainly are different than most teams in the league, but we hope that it's kind of a fun thing to get to watch and kind of see what we call old school football.
Well, and speaking of this Friday night, let's talk about your opponent coming up here. When you have a chance to scout this year's Mustangs on film, what are the things that stand out to you right away, and what are some of the challenges that they present as a team?
Well, the first thing that stands out to me is you have to throw that record away. I don't care that they're 3-4. That means nothing to me. A couple of their losses are to two teams that are ranked in the state that are tremendous. One of them also beat us too, right? So then you look back at their loss they had there early in the season against Arc City. Well, that's a loss that I definitely could have seen happening to us too if you don't have a good night. I think they had 600 yards of offense and still lost. Well, what that tells me is that's spooky. We haven't had 600 yards offense in any one game all year, right? They had 600 yards offense against an opponent and they ended up losing only by one. So, I mean, go figure, right? So I think the first thing you have to do when you look at Central and our matchup this week is what I've been preaching all week is we're throwing out all of the records. I don't care that we're 6-1 or they're 3-4. Those records are not disparaging enough to make the difference in the game. What's going to matter during the 48 minutes is we cannot turn the ball over. They have too much offense, a senior quarterback, a senior running back, probably the best offensive line and the best coached offensive line in our league. If we go give them a whole bunch of extra possessions, we're going to lose. We did that in the second half of last year's game when we had the game pretty in hand. And we turned around and gave them a couple extra possessions, and then bang, we had to fight till the very end to win it. So that's not the recipe for us to win. So the first thing we have to do is take care of the ball. And the second thing we have to do is turn out first downs and try to keep the ball longer than they have it because they're very explosive. And I know that, and my team knows that, so now it's just a matter of whether we can pull it off.
Well, Coach Beeson, thank you again so much for your time, sir, and best of luck to your Lions here tonight.
No, I appreciate so much by having us on. I love watching the broadcast back.
Once again, that was Tommy Beeson, head coach of the Goddard Lions. We'll step away, but the Billings Group countdown to kickoff rolls on next, right here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
We spend 1/3 of our lives working to build our wealth. With over 50 years of combined experience, Billings Group wants to be there to help manage yours. If you're planning for retirement or looking for financial coaching, then come see us on Westchester Drive, east of the YMCA, or visit our website at billingsgroup.com. Securities offered by registered representatives through Private Client Services, member FINRA, SIPC. Advisory products and services offered by investment advisory representatives through RFG Advisory, a registered investment advisor. RFG Advisory, Billings Group, and Private Client Services are unaffiliated entities.
Welcome back in here on the Billings Group Countdown to Kickoff Show. It's our game of the week, and we're joined now by Mark Sandbo, head coach of your Central Mustangs. Coach, first and foremost, thank you so much for coming on the pregame show today.
No problem. Thanks for having us.
So you guys come into a pivotal contest here at 3-4. If you take these first 7 games as a package deal, overall, what's been the best thing that you've seen from these guys this year?
Yeah, we've seen a steady progression. I'm not sure we knew kind of our identity going into it, and that happens in high school football. Graduation kicks in, and what you're able to do one year isn't quite as good in the next year. So I think us kind of establishing what we liked, and it's pretty similar to years past, but I would think that we're more of a heavy ground pound, maybe not as explosive as we've been. We can be. We have the potential, but we need a little bit of a contention of 4 or 5 yards. We're pretty good up front, and then defensively, we've had some great back ends and some great defenses here at Salina Central. But I would say our run defense is as good as we've had, and maybe outside of 2018, 2019, but this is every bit as good. And we didn't see it from a statistical standpoint last week, but it didn't feel like 47 yards rushed. It felt like a quiet 347, and then it really felt like to me maybe 225, 250. But we're really good in the box on both sides of the ball, and that's kind of where we've put our money.
One thing I know that you and the guys talk about a lot over at Salina Central, meeting adversity, finding ways to power through. Overall, what would you say have been kind of the biggest challenges this team has faced, and how have you seen your guys rise to meet those?
Yeah, we've never kind of clicked offensively and defensively at the same time. Maybe when one's struggling, the other is on, and when the other's struggling, the other's on. And when you can put it together and you're both really kind of feeding off each other, that's really positive. Usually leads to a good Friday night. I would say that's maybe one issue. The other is kind of shooting ourselves in the foot. We've had a problem this year over the past 7 weeks of putting ourselves in a pretty good position, having some momentum, having some rhythm, and then something happens, whether it's a breakdown in the secondary on the defensive side, or a missed tackle, or a missed assignment, or the same thing offensively. A drop ball, a big penalty, a missed assignment, an inability to execute has kind of just put us behind the 8 ball at really at the wrong time.
Obviously, no weeks off in the AVCTL. We know that. But, I was kind of curious, now that you've run through most of these teams, what are just kind of your thoughts on the level of competition across the league again this year?
Yeah, very good. There's going to be some teams, and Andover's one of them, and I think we're one of them too, that come out of the AVCTL too, and the teams don't want to match up with. We've talked about the playoffs, obviously, as you get towards the latter part of the season. You start doing those chess games of who you could match up with, where you could go, who you could host, and we kind of have those scenarios set in place. It looks like we're going to travel, and the best that we could do is maybe a 9 seed, so that would be an 8-9. But when you look across that and you look early on, you just see a bunch of pretty even kill teams. Goddard Eisenhower is going to be an upper echelon. Great Bend, we've seen them before, is probably going to be the number 1 seed in the West. Just a bunch of teams, probably 1 through 12 or 1 through 10 that could beat anybody. And, it won't be surprising come the first round of the playoffs if you see some major upsets. NCAA tournament feel upsets, a 5, a 12, a 4, a 13, things like that, because I think the parity through 1 through 12 or 1 through 13 is really good.
Well, and I was curious to get your thoughts on this too. It's interesting the way our Game of the Week schedule worked out this week. We cover you guys week 1. We come back, we cover you again here on the bookend in week 8. In the time between now and then, who are some guys that have kind of come on and really impressed you with what they've been able to contribute for you?
Yeah, I think what we're getting offensive line up front, Caden Snyder, his name's been thrown around for a number of things, but he's really come on as not only a physical presence, but also, really asking the right questions and doing the right things and doing the little things that allow us to be successful up front. Because as much as you'd like to say, it's mass moving mass, it's a lot more detailed than that. Caden's working those fine details, and we're awfully glad we have him another year as a senior. But he's really doing a good job as a junior. But across the board, up front offensively, we're doing some things that are really good. We just got to make sure that we're not doing those wrong things at the optimal time, because that's really hurt us as well. But then defensively, James McKinney's just been getting better and better and better every week. We kind of expected that. I think he's going to have a strong talk to be the defensive player of the year in the AVCL too. I think another guy that's going to have that same discussion is a guy that we're going to see across the sideline from us, and Goddard's inside backer, or one of their stack backers, a really good football player, really good defensive player. And then kind of jumping back to the offensive side, Cooper Reeves has gained a lot of momentum, kind of established himself as the bell cow for our offense, and somebody who's getting better with every rep, every practice, every game, just because he's never played back in our system up until this point. So we're awfully glad he's back as a senior next year. But, right now he's making some big strides as a junior.
When you have a chance to scout your opponent coming in here this Friday, it's a very strong Goddard team. We know that. But, when you watch them on film, what are the things that kind of stand out to you right away and just impress you with the way that they play?
Yeah, I always kind of go back to, I think they're going to know what we want to do. I think they're going to have a good feel of that. I can say that from what they've done previously against us. They scout us up really well, and they have an understanding of, where we want to put our chips. But I think the other thing on it is they know what they want to do, and they're very content doing it. And probably the best, the biggest spotlight I can put on it is what they do offensively. It's not what you see on Saturdays. You probably have to go back a couple of decades to see that type of football, but they do it awfully well, and they want to be really physical with it. They're very content if they have to punt, putting it on their defense. And, that's another thing. When you watch their defense, they play with high energy. They play extremely aggressive. They play downhill, all things from a defensive side or a defensive perspective that you want to see, and they do that.
Well, overall, Coach, when you look at this matchup, specifically as it relates to Goddard, what are your biggest keys to the game? What does Central have to do to pick up the win here and work on putting yourself in a position to win in November?
Yeah, we're gonna absolutely have to stop the run and create some 3 and outs. Like we got to get them giving us the ball back. as much as possible. And that's, we're always going to be limited when we play a game like this, very similar to Andover, a team that wants to run the football and eats the clock and is very content with 3 yards and long drives. We go from, maybe 12 to 15 possessions to maybe 7 to 9 possessions. So we have to, on the other side of that, be really, really efficient in our scoring within our possessions, and not just 3 points, but making sure if we're in the red zone or we're inside the 10 that we're turning 3 and making sure it's 7. And that's what it's going to require for us to beat a team that's as well coached and as well prepared and as good as what you would expect from a top tier 6'1", 5'8" team.
That was Mark Sanbo on the pregame show, and with that, we welcome you in live here on the campus of Salina Central High School to Salina Stadium. Tyler Henry and Brooks Garrettson alongside for the call, and it should be a fun one. Again, the Goddard Lions coming at 6-1, Salina Central at 3-4. The Mustangs win the toss, they defer to the second half, and it is Elijah Duxler with the ball on the tee. He will send a pop-up to the 30-yard line where the fair catch is called for, and Goddard comes onto the field. They will take to the offensive side first, and let's go ahead and meet the starting offense for the Goddard Lions. In the trenches from left to right, it's Jackson Strasburg, Braxton Collar, Grayson Reed, Alex Carpenter, and Colton Hofer. Your starting quarterback today is Brock Sullivan. Primary running backs are Caden Stroot and Joe Dykemper, but also look out for Eric Olivas. And then your 2 tight ends, Kenny Ast and Braden Semrad. As you see Goddard come out here, everybody bunched in tight for this first down and 10 snap from the 30. Toss to the outside, looking to stretch the field, now countering back to the interior up to about the 36-yard line. On the carry that time was Caden Stroot. And it's a quick game there of 7, as that gives us a chance now to turn things over and meet the defense for Salina Central. In the trenches for Central, Connor Carter, Calvin Simmons, and James McKinney. Your starting cornerbacks are Isaiah White and Christian Garcia. Linebackers, Braden Hassey, Jesus Delgado, Tyrus Young, and James Cathy. And starting safeties, Corey Soroki and Abram Owings. Second down and 3, a handoff up the gut. That goes to the power back, Dykemper, who falls ahead to the 40-yard line. And it is enough for a first down. Brooks, if there's one thing we know about this Goddard team, they want to keep the offense on the field as much as humanly possible. Look for a lot of late snaps in the play clock, and look, more importantly, for a lot of running plays out of the Lions here today.
Yeah, certainly so, Tyler. As you can see, Goddard loves that traditional wing tee offense, and they are just going to commit to the run and keep the ball on the carpet all night long.
Here's another toss. This goes to Stroot, who runs it up the left side. Still looking for space. He'll plow his way ahead for a gain of 5. And this is what we heard from Coach Sanbo. If you want to have success against this offense and you want to have success against this Lions squad, you've got to find a way to stop the run, to get some quick 3-and-outs, and to make sure that this defensive unit does not spend the whole game on the field.
Yeah, Goddard having quick success in their bread and butter there. That's 3 handoffs, and we got a first down and a second and short. Nice 9-yard run there by Stroot yet again. He just continues to turn the rock and trust his blockers up front. O-line continues to push Central back.
Sullivan ducks under center here. The quarterback, we'll talk more about him, as they do want to keep it right up the middle. And Sullivan finds his way ahead for a gain of 5 on the quarterback keeper. You look at the 4 guys that are the primary ball carriers. Sullivan, the quarterback this year, 559 carries for 205 yards. But here's where things get impressive. Caden Stroot, 81 carries for 500 yards. Dykemper's got 56 carries for 231. And Olivas has 44 carries for 443. All things considered, no matter who you hand the ball off to, you're getting a guy that is averaging 5 to 6 yards a carry this year. We'll see who they go to on first down and 10. It's another toss to Stroot up the left side. He'll fall forward for another gain of 6. But, yeah, Brooks, if you want to stop this offense, you got to get them down before they get 5, 6, 7 yards, especially on first down.
Yeah, Goddard just really comfortable right now, sticking within the tackles. Central having to collapse and fill lanes, putting a lot of pressure on the linebackers, sifting through the trash as Central's D-line's just trying to get their bearings here in this opening drive, Tyler.
Well, and more importantly, they're winding down a lot of clock, and that's something that Goddard has done a great job of, not only this season, but in years past as well. 9:20 to go first quarter, as they want to continue to keep things on the ground here. They'll fake the toss, they'll give to the up man. There is no room to work with. Diving forward for a short gain is Joe Dykemper. They're going to give him a yard here, but here you go. For Salina Central, it's a third down. It is 3rd and 2. You find a way to get a stop, and you know that this Goddard team, more often than not, is going to take their chances and punt things away.
Yeah, Goddard knocking on the door there. That's Carter and Simmons of Central giving them a good chance here to turn over on downs.
Toss to Stroot, right side, up the gut, has the first down and change as he falls ahead. It's another gain of 6 for Caden Stroot. Not very often, Brooks, do you see the team's leading rusher coming off the edge there, but they love utilizing Stroot to stretch the field side to side, and then when they need to go up the middle, go into big old Dykemper up the gut.
Yeah, it's a playbook that Goddard's been running since these kids were in grade school, I'm sure. They just are so fundamentally sound, and they all know their roles, and they're comfortable within it. It's a simple offense, yet effective. Goddard, again, not coming out of the huddle until 10 seconds on the play clock, Tyler.
Yep, they will duck under center once again with Sullivan. Fakes the give, hands it off again to the up back. That's Dykemper, and it's a gain of 3. This is what Goddard's been doing to folks, and it's the reason that a lot of their games have been lower scoring, and we actually have an injured player down. That appears to be Alex Carpenter, the left tackle. So they will tend to Carpenter. As Carpenter down there on the field, and we will go ahead and take a quick break while they get him some medical attention. Back in 30 here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
From raw honey to wax melts to beekeeping tools, boxes, and frames, AJ Honey Farms has it all and more. Be sure to check out their salves. Salves is a powerful blend of nature's best ingredients. Beeswax, crafted with care to soothe and nourish your dry skin, minor cuts, and burns. And for dry lips, try out their Happy Bee Balm. Treat yourself to their locally produced honey items or get a beautifully packaged gift set for a loved one. Stop in to see AJ Honey Farms at 901 North 9th Street. More than just a honey store.
Welcome back in here on the Salina Post Sports Network, and a good sign is Alex Carpenter, the right guard for Goddard, able to get up and walk off the field here under his own power. So we'll see whether or not he is able to return. The backup right guard is Sainz Valente, a 260-pound junior. That's the other thing, Brooks. You want to run the football like this, you have to have a good O-line, and boy, does Goddard. You look at their boys up front, 220, 260, 220, 250, and 270. Across that O-line for a high school offense.
Yeah, it's a lot of beef up front. That's why that run game is so successful. Big athletic boys up there making it work.
2nd down and 8. Toss once again on the backside, and a flag flies. And I just noticed this, Brooks, but the flags here for the officials are pink, I believe for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah, you love to see that. Our first penalty of the night, broadcasting that lovely pink color in support of all breast cancer, and this pink flag is going to go on the offense. It's going to be a holding.
For a second, I thought it might have been a challenge flag, but yeah, the officials don't throw those, so it will be a hold here. I believe it's just a hold against Goddard. It should back the Lions up, and that's the one thing that Goddard can't afford, is a team that does not throw the ball very often. Matter of fact, in case you're wondering, through 7 games this year, Brooks, Brock Sullivan, the only quarterback to attempt to pass, is just 5 of 15 for 111 yards. This team does not throw the football often, if ever.
Yeah, watching the Goddard offense is almost like watching football out of a time capsule, just keeping it simple and on the ground and hard-nosed.
That's what Coach Sambo said as well. You get in the time machine, you watch this offense go. Here's a handoff on a stretch play to the outside. It goes for a short gain. That's Eric Olivas' first carry of the day. It'll find about 4 yards, but it does bring up a 3rd down and 11. And now the question is, will we see one of those rare passes from Sullivan? I mentioned 5 of 15, 1 touchdown, 1 interception on the year.
Yeah, and this is where this Goddard offense gets uncomfortable, right, Tyler? We've seen them have this drive and just 6 yards here, 4 yards there, another 5-yard run. but they haven't really stretched anything out. They don't really like it. It's not in the playbook per se. That was a great tackle there by James Cathy on that last play to keep them deep on the outside.
See if they do go to the air or if they try to keep things on the ground. It's a shotgun look for the first time, and we have a timeout called here by the Goddard Lions. We'll go ahead and step away and take it with them. Back with more high school football coverage when we return here on the Salina Post Sports Network. Coverage of your game of the week brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome back in here on the campus of Salina Central High School. Tyler Henry and Brooks Garrettson alongside you. Just a reminder, coverage of tonight's game is presented in part by AJ Honey Farms. From raw honey to wax melts to beekeeping tools, boxes, and frames, AJ Honey has it all. Treat yourself to some locally produced honey items or get a beautifully packaged gift set for a loved one. Stop in and see AJ Honey Farms at 901 North 9th Street in Salina. Brooks, the one thing this drive has certainly done, whether it results in points or not for Goddard, it's killed half of the first quarter as we've got 6:43 left to go. That is what this offense does. You look at the playmakers across the field for Central and you say, you guys just aren't going to touch the field.
Yeah, and it's exactly what they want to do, hold the ball as long as they can to put pressure on the opposing team's offense to make plays when they got it.
First shotgun set of the day. They'll take the snap, and it's a handoff on the outside. Central there to stop it as they gave that once again to Eric Olivas, who gets a gain of 6, but no further for Olivas, and a decision to be made for Goddard, although at this point, you're far enough ahead, and yeah, I like the call here. They're going to keep the offense on the field. In case you're wondering, their kicker, Lawson Davis, has zero field goal attempts on the season, and a timeout called here by Central, who I think was not necessarily ready for the offense to stay out there. They want to talk it over. We will take another break. Back in 30 here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire-related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Back here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week, Tyler Henry alongside Brooks Garrettson. In a moment to remind you that coverage of tonight's game is brought to you by Sage Products. Sage Products of Salina is your supplier of janitorial products for your business or home. From paper towels and soap and items from ceiling to floor, you'll see products from Sage, and you can get the same home field advantage at your home or office by visiting sageselects.com. Brooks, the offense came back onto the field for a 4th down and 6, and I mean, if you're Goddard, there's really no risk here. Worst case scenario, you turn it over deep in enemy territory. We'll see what they want to do here as Brock Sullivan comes out once again in a shotgun set. He will take the snap, rolling out to his right, now wants to look back the other way. He's got a wide open receiver at the 20 down to the 10, pushed out of bounds at the 5-yard line, and it's the big tight end, Kenny Ast, who hauls it in for a gain of 20. Instant red zone here for Goddard, and for Ast, only his 3rd reception of the year, but he does.
Winter travel can be.
Yeah, that was just a fantastic play design by Goddard. Good rollout to the right. Ast staying in like he's in pass pro, and then a slow leak to the left. Nice pass delivered there by Sullivan to Ast, and a good yard after the catch, too, setting them up inside the 10-yard line.
The 6th completion of the season for Brock Sullivan gets Goddard in a really good position to get some points on the board. A quarterback keeper left side. Falling ahead is Sullivan, and they will mark him down at the 3-yard line. So it's a gain of 2 on the quarterback keeper left side. They will hurry back up to the line here, and then I'm sure take their time and whittle down a bit more of this clock.
Yeah, this is the quickest we've seen Goddard get back to the ball all night.
Clearly feeling they have an advantage. Another quarterback keeper left side, then a walk-in touchdown for Brock Sullivan. Boy, easy enough for the Goddard Lions, and they are on the board first on a 3-yard touchdown run for the big fella, his 7th of the season.
Yeah, just a textbook Goddard offensive opening drive there as they keep the ball on the turf for every single play, despite the 4th down tight end leak throw that set them up inside the 10-yard line to punch it in.
And they're going to stay here. They want to go for 2 as they will toss it on a rare option play to the outside. Boys, Central read that well, and they shut it down. Nothing there for Caden Stroot. But a 6-0 lead here for the Goddard Lions, and their opening drive takes 6 minutes off the clock here in the first quarter. Back with more when we return here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialist will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Welcome back in here on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. And an opening touchdown for the Goddard Lions. Halfway through the first quarter, they'll turn it over here for the first time on the kickoff and give a chance to this Central offense that Brooks, I'm sure, has been waiting on the sideline, just licking their chops at a chance to get in this game and to play some football.
Yes, certainly so, Tyler. Half of the first quarter now ticked away. And Central finally gets their chance to get after it.
They will field the kickoff here back at the 25-yard line, looking for more space down to the sideline at the 34. That is where the drive begins for Salina Central. And let's go ahead and meet the Mustang offense as they come onto the field. Boy, a lot of familiar faces here for Salina Central. Jack Gordon is your starting quarterback. He has had an excellent year in his own right. The bell count back has now become Cooper Reeves. It was Keaton Smith earlier in the year, but boy, more recently, Reeves has come out and really won that role. Bodie Rodriguez, Tate Gary, and Isaiah White are your leading receiving options. Your offensive line from left to right: Caden Snyder, Gage Gibson, Sejan Mills, Warwick Vanderkloon, and Alonzo Guillen. They want to go deep on first down. It's incomplete. They were looking for Bodie Rodriguez. Nothing there. Really quickly to go back on that right side of the line, your right guard is Warwick Van Blaricon, and your right tackle is Alonzo Guillen. The defense for Goddard looks like this. In the trenches, Jordan Zeltzner, Trey Wright, and Brock Haskell. Your linebackers, Preston Hagel, Micah Meyer, Gage Konegs. Your cornerbacks are Cameron Locke and Jaden Cohens. Outside linebackers, Irv Phillips and Elliott Walk. And your safety today is Landon Colhorst. Second down and 10. Snap back to Gordon. Handoff left side. Plenty of room there. And there he goes down to the 50, dragging a tackler to the 44. It's a big run.
That's linebacker Tyrus Young coming into the ball game.
On the carry, I believe it was Cooper Reeves. Young is in the ball game.
No, that was Young he was subbed in at running back. Straight up handoff to him as Gordon puts it into the belly of Young, and Young turns his legs for a big Mustang first down.
So a 21-yard gain for Tyrus Young. Another pass over the middle. The catch is made here as Isaiah White streaking down to the 20, and Central is on the move here very quickly.
Salina Central coming in and replying to the slow, methodical drive of the Goddard Lions with some electricity into the building with a nice run by Young and a quick strike from Gordon.
Instant red zone. Gordon fakes the play action, hands it off left side. Another big hole, and Cooper Reeves continues working his way even closer to that goal line as he takes it all the way from the 18 inside the 5, but there is a flag down on the field.
Yeah, and this one's going to come back on the Mustangs as they get caught with a hold. Central coming out and just going rapid fire there, Tyler, kind of putting the Lions back on their heels.
Certainly have. We'll see if they can keep it up, although losing some yardage here is going to hurt. And this was the biggest thing we heard from Coach Sandbo. He said, boy, they've got all the pieces. Everybody's clicking at times, but they've just shot themselves in the foot a lot this season. And their first penalty will take things from what would have been a 1st and goal. It is instead a 1st and 15. Jack Gordon takes the snap. They run the same motion. It's another big hole for Reeves, who goes right up the middle and takes it into the end zone. It's a walk-in touchdown for Cooper Reeves, who takes it 25 yards to the house. And Salina Central with a chance to reclaim the lead on a big run from Cooper Reeves.
Central with the quick answer to the drive that took more than half of the first quarter. Central replies in 1 minute and 13 seconds.
It does not take them long when they get rolling. The PAT is on its way. The kick is up, and the kick is no good. We've got a 6-6 ball game on our hands when we return. More Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week here on Salina Post.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
6-6 is our score as we continue working our way through first quarter action. And boy, how about this? You talk about the drive for the Goddard Lions, Brooks. They take it all the way down the field. They punch it in for 6. They do it on the slow, methodical, 6.5-minute long drive. It took them a total of 13 plays and close to 7 minutes, most of those on the ground. Central comes out. Here's the play. Incompletion, 26-yard run, 28-yard completion, 25-yard run, touchdown.
More than one way to be successful in this beautiful game that we all love. Two great teams battling at it in their own different ways.
So Salina Central once again will kick it short to the 30. This time Goddard wants to try to run it out. They will take this up to the 40-yard line. Clearly Central is just not going to roll the dice. They are willing to concede better field position if it means they don't have to kick to these returners for Goddard. And I'm sure the Lions are very content to take the good field position. But yeah, you see the contrast in styles. Goddard wants to just kind of grind you into a fine powder, 4 yards, 5 yards in a cloud of dust. Central is more into the quick, fast, lightning strike type touchdowns. And boy, it's going to make for a really interesting battle here tonight.
Yeah, it really is. It just makes you ready for the fourth quarter, but they're going to have to grind it out all night.
Toss Strout left side, and he will cut his way in between the guard and the tackle for a 4-yard gain. So Caden Strout, once again, that's the other thing too. The plays that have gone in the right direction. For Central, I know I mentioned him a moment ago, 25, 26, 28. For Goddard, nothing over 10 except for the 19-yard pitch and catch to Kenny Ast on, again, their 6th completion of the year.
Yeah, Goddard kind of with that quantity over quality approach, just trying to hold the ball and nickel and dime you. And Central with that quality over quantity.
2nd and 5, handoff on the stretch play, trying to get to the sideline. A flag will fly. It was Olivas on the carry, but we'll have to wait and see whether this is going to be free yardage for Goddard or if this is coming back. It was James Cathy on the tackle who ran him out of bounds. And from the looks of it, Goddard is already walking backwards. A little guilt to that move, generally, Brooks. And, yeah, it's another hold here on the Lions.
Yeah, one of those stretch plays where tight end fullback players are trying to, get the edge, but good defensive pursuit from the Mustangs leaves them out of the frame and causes a hold and sends the Lions back, getting them into that uncomfortable zone of 2nd and long here.
And this is not where Goddard wants to be, but they've been averaging close to 5 or 6 yards a carry. This is still manageable for the Lions if they can get it done. Here is a fake. They will hand it off to Olivas, who breaks it to the outside. Boy, it looked like he was grabbed. Now he wants to get to the edge, and he is dragged down at the 50, and a flag comes in, Brooks. It looks like it may have been a horse collar tackle. Just the way he went down, that's kind of what you wonder. And we'll see what the official call is, but I'm guessing more yardage is going to get tacked onto this run.
Yeah, that's Cathy in pursuit on Strout yet again. Both just very fast players. trying to react and trying to make a play. You end up grabbing a player in an illegal fashion, and yeah, they will call Kathy on the horse collar tackle on the ball carrier Stroot.
So 2 penalties for each team, but this has been the difference. For Goddard, it's been a pair of holding calls that have backed them up 5 to 10 yards. For Central, it's been 2 15-yarders here early in this game.
Yeah, as Coach Sambo mentioned, this Central team so close to just getting everything to start clicking, just can't have those self-inflicted wounds like you mentioned earlier, Tyler.
1st and 10 from the 35. They will toss it outside, trying to find a little room up to the 30. It's a good gain of 5 on 1st down. Once again, Caden Stroot plunging ahead, and it sets up 2nd and 5 here for the Lions.
Yeah, that's Tyrus Young coming down in the alley and meeting Stroot there as Kathy rallies him back inside. But here we are again, Tyler. 2nd and 5. Goddard being comfortable, taking their time in the huddle, and just working their Lions slow grind game.
Already inside the final 3 minutes here of the opening quarter. Man in motion. They will give it to him. That is Olivas, who chugs ahead, and it looks like they're going to spot him down just a little shy of the sticks. We'll see if they say to go ahead and move the chains. And they will. So call it a 5-yard gain there despite the spot. And it's another good run for Olivas, who's been, I think, more involved in this game, Brooks, than we thought he might be.
Yeah, Goddard sticking to the bread and butter, but adding a few wrinkles here. Getting all their backs involved and trying to keep Mustang defense disciplined here with the deception in the pre-snap motion and pulling guards and tackles.
You won't see it much, but you still can't fall asleep on those passing plays. As Olivas comes in motion, they'll hand it off up the middle to Dy Kemper, who falls forward for another gain of 4. That's what Dy Kemper's been doing all year. Again, he has been the big guy when they need a run up the middle. But, boy, you look at the weight classes, Brooks, between these backs. Stroot and Olivas are both about 155, 160. Dy Kemper checks in at 215.
Yeah, Dy Kemper, just a big body boy running down in between the tackles, more so in between the guards. He is that dive fullback.
2nd and 6, toss to Olivas, who will plunge ahead. Boy, you got a player back there for Central who is not happy. That's Calvin Simmons, who is the nose guard here today.
Yeah, Simmons trying to shoot into that dive, but just kind of over-pursuing that mesh point. Frustrated with himself, knowing he had his man beat, but missed the ball carrier.
Well, and interestingly, he is filling some big shoes. We'll talk about that a little bit longer, but Zach Callisti, the former nose guard, no longer with the program. Here's a handoff up the middle. There's Dy Kemper, who keeps falling forward all the way to the 10. Boy, he only needed about 2 yards. He got 7 on just a straight handoff up the middle. And again, this is what Goddard does to folks, as they are going to have 1st down and goal here from the 10.
Yeah, just that mosh pit mentality as Dy Kemper just keeps those legs turning and uses that big body frame of his to pick up what they need. And here Central finds themselves again deep in their own red zone, having to bear down.
Remember, Goddard has not attempted a field goal yet this season. I'm sure they are not thinking about a field goal here as they hand it off left side. Dy Kemper ahead, this time only a gain of 2. And it'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 8. It's been a good balance here. 6 carries for Stroot, 6 carries for Dy Kemper, 5 carries for Olivas, and 3 carries for Sullivan. When you've got 4 capable backs, Brooks, it's really hard. You can't just take away one player.
Yeah, you certainly can't. And it's worth being said, Tyler. I mean, Dy Kemper is a living, breathing, just full Americana imagery of what a fullback is. And he's sporting the number 49. It's incredible. He has the cowboy collar. You just love to see it.
Absolutely. Time winds down, and on the 3rd drive of the day, we go to the 2nd quarter. Goddard doing what they want to do, and that's kill some clock. They've done an excellent job of it so far. 6-6 our score as we go to quarter number 2 here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Back here in Salina, Tyler Henry, Brooks Garrettson, as we head to quarter number 2 here on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. And boy, it's been a fun one so far. Two teams that could not be any more different in terms of style, Brooks, but two teams with some really good playmakers and a 6-6 battle on our hands here early.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Tyler. It is just two different universes colliding here, as Goddard now with the ball knocking on the door of the goal line, trying to keep the wheels turning and keep things on the carpet, or as we assume things on the carpet with this run-heavy offense.
Second down and goal from the 7. Toss left side, that's Stroot. And he will get inside to the 4-yard line. It's a gain of 3 for Caden Stroot. And you wonder if they might try to, I would imagine keep it on the ground, but this might be Dykemper season here, and you also wonder if this might be 4-down territory, just the way that Goddard likes to run the football, and the not having attempted a field goal on the year.
Yeah, 3rd and 4, or 3rd and goal on the 4-yard line. I think that they would definitely be comfortable getting this in 2.
Dykemper lines up here directly behind the quarterback. There's the give to him as he falls ahead. Did he get into the end zone? No. They say the knee went down at the 1-yard line. So it's a gain of 3 for Joe Dykemper. It is 4th down and goal from the 1-yard line. You know Goddard's going for this.
Yeah, it's just a matter of who's getting the ball here and who will the Mustangs have to wrestle down to the ground before they get to that ever-so-close goal line.
Feels like Dykemper, or perhaps they keep the ball in the hands of Brock Sullivan, and Sullivan will take it right side and in for the touchdown, his 2nd of the day. Too easy that time off the right guard, and a 1-possession lead restored back here to the Goddard Lions.
Yeah, Central sold out on the dive to Dykemper. Had that pinch stunt called on the defensive line. Everybody squeezed down into the A-gaps as Sullivan basically did a step-back side shuffle to the right and found a gap on the C-gap of the right side of the line.
And Goddard is going to go ahead and call a timeout here as they sent the PAT unit out, but they clearly want to take a moment and talk this over while we've got a break in the action. I want to remind you that coverage of tonight's game is brought to you by Messenger Total Promotions. The official apparel provider for the Salina Post sports team is Messenger Total Promotions. See them in downtown Salina for high school swag like hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and more. They can custom make anything and have items for your car. Messenger Total Promotions in Salina, Minneapolis, and Junction City. So, Brooks, the last time we saw Goddard come out, they tried to go for 2. They ended up getting stopped. They bring out the PAT unit this time. In case you're wondering, Lawson Davis has been pretty darn good on PATs, 11 for 11 on the year.
Yeah, it makes me curious if it was a personnel issue there, Tyler, with the play clock, possibly only having 10 men out there for the Lions, and Coach Beeson not wanting to give up a free point perhaps and calling timeout. Or perhaps he wanted to dial things up and get themselves to 14 to put a little more pressure on Coach Sambo and the rest of the Mustangs from Salina.
Well, the funny thing is, at this point in the second quarter, every drive has resulted in a touchdown. But again, Goddard has put the offense on the field for a majority of this game, and they want to go for 2. It's going to be a direct keeper left side and a walk-in 2-point conversion, but we'll have to check the flag. That was Landon Colhorst who ran it in.
Yeah, Colhorst in the Wildcat formation, the direct snap to him, and just a quick run, just a stretch to the left, but all for nothing as the officials call a holding on the play.
Yeah, it's a hold on Goddard. That'll back him up here. And you wonder if they're going to try to go for it again or if they bring on the PAT unit. And it looks like that might be what they're doing here as they will swap out some personnel.
Yeah, one thing, Tyler, and the difference between calling high school and college games, you see the holder for the Goddard Lions running out there with a T.
Yes, sir, absolutely. So it's Lawson Davis. They bungle it. It does stay here, though, on that side. A jump pass to the end zone and a 2-point conversion as the backup quarterback, Landon Colhorst, who is also the holder for Goddard, tosses it to Kenny Ast in the back of the end zone, but there's another flag. I don't think that was by design, Brooks. It was a low snap.
Yeah, low snap. And Colhorst just couldn't find the tee, as I mentioned. Couldn't get that ball down for his kicker to put the foot on it. So he had to get up and scramble.
And it looks like too many men on the field for Goddard.
Wow, Goddard just continuing to shoot themselves in the foot there. Despite Longhorse's best efforts, they're going to have to try again for this 2-point conversion.
Well, at this point, I mean, this is basically a glorified field goal if Lawson Davis comes out to kick.
Yeah, and they're going to have to take a timeout here, Tyler. Play clock down to 2, down to 1, 0.
And there is a flag down. I think they're just going to take the delay of game.
Wow.
I mean, at this point, what's another 5 yards? It's a drop in the bucket compared to what else is happening. I have never seen this before in my life.
Yeah.
A PAT attempt that's going to start from the 23-yard line. My goodness.
And they're going to spread it out, Tyler.
Hey, you might as well. Why not? They want to go to the air, looking to fire to the corner for Ast, who can't haul it in. And finally, a kickoff will occur. All of that for a 2-point conversion. Jace Fry, the man in coverage, and we will step away. It is a 12-6 lead for the Goddard Lions. Back with more when we return on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
When there is wastewater backing up into your home, time is crucial. Hours are precious to minimize the mess and damage. That is where Salina Septic Service looks out for you with direct access to their dispatch board, so you can schedule the first available appointment, upload pictures and description of your problem on the Salina Septic Service website, and secure your appointment 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Money-saving specials now and information on worry-free service plans when you visit salinasepticservice.com.
Welcome back in here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Tyler Henry and Brooks Gerritsen, and after a 25-yard 2-point conversion try, again, I don't think I've ever seen that at any level of football, Goddard is ready to tee this up and kick this off to Salina Central. Goddard's offense has been on the field for, I don't know what, Brooks, 80, 90% of this game so far, a quarter and a half in?
Yeah, nearly all of this ball game. Just holding on to it and keeping it on the ground. Goddard set themselves up for a 2-score lead, or not, excuse me, a more comfortable lead than just 6 points, but shot themselves in the foot multiple times and had to settle for only a 6-point lead. Is now kicking it back to Central with 10:39 here to go in the second quarter from Salina Stadium.
See if Central gets another chance to return this here. They had a chance with the up man last time around. And it is a cross-field kick. It's a line drive fielded there at the 30-yard line. Again, up to the 35 and no further. That's where the offense comes onto the field here for Salina Central, who last time needed just 5 plays to go close to 70 yards downfield and punch in a big-time touchdown. That offense ready to get right back to work here with 10:33 to go in the second quarter.
Haven't seen a traditional kickoff here this evening, Tyler. For all the folks watching at home, this is a very calm night. No wind here tonight. It's a beautiful fall evening here in Salina. But both teams just electing to keep those kicks short.
Yeah, could not have asked for better weather. Again, it's starting to feel like fall, 57 degrees on a clear night. Here is a handoff left side and a good stop there by Goddard as they wrap up Cooper Reeves for no gain. Again, Reeves has been the bell cow back here for Central. It was between him and Keaton Smith, but he's really distinguished himself. And Brooks, you look at his numbers, 81 carries, 705 yards, 7 touchdowns on the ground.
Yeah, he's just really gotten comfortable back there, and you've really seen his vision improve this season and the decision he makes to make good cuts and avoid tacklers to gain positive plays.
Reeves is in the backfield. He joins Jack Gordon. Gordon so far today, 1 for 2 through the air, including the big pass to White. Here's a handoff and caught at the line, dropped for a short gain is Cooper Reeves. And I believe, that time it was Preston Hagel. Hagel is a beast. You do not see many linebackers in the state of Kansas that are going to put up this line. 90 tackles, including 19 tackles for loss and 7 sacks in 7 games so far.
Yeah, and Hagel recognized that play from the start. That's Tyrus Young, the linebacker in at the tight end position. He had to come across and try to get a block on him, but he stepped under and made a good tackle.
To the air goes Gordon, and flag is going to fly for pass interference on Cameron Locke there on the far side. I didn't see exactly what happened, but Isaiah White got pulled backwards before he even had a chance to go down the field for his route. And that is going to be a free first down and 15 yards given to the Mustangs.
Yeah, Phillips just kind of grabbing for Jersey there as he felt White rushing by him and could feel a touchdown coming if it connected from Gordon.
Well, wait, now it looked like they were moving forward. Now they're backing up. Just to mark this off?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Had that umpire go back to the where that ball was originally placed. They
All
still
right.
step it out despite the field being perfectly painted on this artificial surface.
Either way, a first down and 10 here for Salina Central. We'll see what they want to do from the opposing 48-yard line. Play action to the air, over the middle. Got a wide open Tyrus Young, and the catch made at the 20-yard line. Boy, that's a big gain for Salina Central. It's a 25-yard hookup to Tyrus Young.
Yeah, great protection there. Jack Gordon had all day in the pocket to step back and deliver a nice arcing pass to Young in stride for a huge first down.
Central wants to go up tempo. This time they do hand it off up the gut. There's not much room there for Cooper Reeves, who falls ahead for a gain of 2.
Yeah, Goddard just really comfortable in that run game. You can tell what this defense is used to repping at practice, Tyler. Just shutting down Central so far on this series. Good adjustment from last time. Central popped off a couple long runs.
Tyrus Young has already been used more tonight than he has really most of the season. He's had solid numbers, 2 catches for 21 yards and a touchdown, but already a big run and a big pass. Here's a handoff again up the middle, trying to establish that running game. They're only going to find about 2 yards as Cooper Reeves dives up the middle, and Goddard keen to play the run. That's been one of the big strengths of their defense this year.
Yeah, it certainly is. Now 3rd and 5. Central in the red zone yet again, needing 6 points to tie this ball game up.
3rd and 5, still room to pick up the first down before they get into the end zone. Boy, with the way Jack Gordon's been slinging the ball around, I mean tonight, but also all season long, you wonder if you might just let the kid go back and do his thing. 3rd and 5, they'll fake the handoff. He wants to take it up the middle. There is room, bounces off a tackler. He is inside the 10, down to the 9. There is a Goddard Lion down in the backfield, but that is a strong 7-yard run for Jack Gordon. And it will pick Salina Central up a big first down as they get some medical attention, and actually no medical attention needed. Micah Meyer, the linebacker, up and walking off the field under his own power here, but an official timeout nonetheless, and a chance to remind you that coverage of tonight's game is brought to you by Salina Regional Health Center. They are hiring. Go see all their open positions and start your new career today by visiting srhc.com. SportsMedicine.com.
Yeah, Gordon with a good read there to pick up that first down, feeling that pressure coming on the mesh, and a quick pull and showing that burst of speed to set it up first and goal on the 9-yard line.
And you got to think, Gordon does not run the ball a ton. I mean, he does have 22 carries on the year, but generally he lets Keaton Smith and Cooper Reeves kind of come in and do their thing. And when he does take off, like you said, a good burst of speed for the senior quarterback. Boy, how good has Jack Gordon been this year, though? He's completing 65% of his passes, 1,133 yards, 12 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions so far this season. Looking to lead his team into the lead, trailing 6-12 here in quarter number 2. And we've got whistles and early movement. One of these teams is going to be giving up something free, and it looks like it's against Goddard. And, yeah, they're going to get them with the offsides call here.
Yeah, free 5 yards for the Mustangs. Now first and goal on the 4-yard line, Tyler. That certainly makes it a lot more manageable. And here comes some more beef for the Mustangs. That's Tyrus Young along with...
Looks like Jesus Delgado, the 6'1", 210-pound linebacker.
Yeah, so bringing in some defensive beef. Yet again, that's Big 5, Big 9 getting in there and putting pressure on the Lions.
Cooper Reeves still the back. They want to go to the quarterback run again. Gordon up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown Central. Jack Gordon with back-to-back runs, and he caps off the drive with a game-tying touchdown and a chance for Central to take the lead.
I believe that might have been Abram Owens in at the Wildcat look, Tyler, taking that snap. Nonetheless, that power package from the Mustangs delivers the tie, and Central now has an opportunity to go up.
Central looking to get the PAT unit onto the field, but there is nobody out there right now, and they're waiting on him. There's only 12 seconds left on the play clock. They're going to have to do something here. Looks like the kicker is out there. I don't know who they were waiting on. They may be down a man. Either way, the kick is up, and the kick is no good. Back-to-back missed PATs for Central, but a big-time touchdown, and Central ties it up 12-12 here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
Your next visit to the doctor for an upcoming procedure or surgery should start with a conversation about Salina Surgical Hospital. Hi, this is Geraldine Diedrich, and we are truly committed to fostering your health and well-being. From outpatient procedures to inpatient stays, you will feel the difference in our excellent care and compassion. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure at Salina Surgical Hospital. Your surgical experience is our specialty. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local, community-involved physicians.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
Welcome back in here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Tyler Henry, Brooks Garrettson, and a tie game due to some, let's call them special teams mishaps here, Brooks. The only one that was a straight-up normal play was the two-point conversion attempt that Goddard tried to get that ended up getting stopped. Aside from that, 2 missed extra points for Salina Central. And for Goddard, a missed two-point conversion from a long ways away. Here's a ball fielded by Landon Colhorst. He's going to try to go all the way side to side. We got another flag that flies in here on the backside of the play. Good coverage there for Central, but we'll have to check the laundry and see where they spot this down.
Yeah, this flag's going in at 2 players that were about 20 yards from the ball, so not exactly sure what this penalty is going to go for, who this penalty is going to go on, Tyler, but I could assume that it's going to be 15 yards.
Yep, we'll see which direction this goes as our white hat official comes out to render his verdict.
Yeah, they're going to call a block in the back on the Lions, and it is going to send Goddard all the way back to their own 18-yard line.
Yes, sir. So, a tough break for Goddard, who, for as disciplined a team as they've been this year, they have committed now 10 penalties in this first half. Central, by contrast, has committed just 3. And a quick correction from earlier, it was actually Eric Olivas who ran in that first touchdown for the Goddard Lions. As on first down and 10, they will hand this off up the middle. And it's another run there for Olivas, his 7th run of the day. Boy, Brooks, I always said it'd be nice if there was, replay review in high school football, and then I remembered, hey, wait, we are the replay review. Go back and check our own stream for that.
There we go. Love modern high school football, baby.
Big shout out to Brooks Garrettson, handling color and camera and production. Boy, pulling triple duty here tonight on the stream. Here's a toss, right side. That's Stroot. And he will find maybe 2 yards. Actually, they say give him 3. He might be there for the first down. Either way, a good gain for Caden Stroot. But they are really balancing things out here to keep it
and they
unpredictable.
They really are, and they're going to move the chains yet again. So Goddard getting all of that penalty back and starting things out about where the return was, putting that block in the back in the rearview mirror. And the Lions are using all their time that they can, just sticking to that offense that they know and love.
They will duck under center once again. A toss on the outside to Stroot. No, they kept it. The ball's on the deck, diving all over it. We got a lineman fighting for it. Goddard is on top of it, but boy, a huge loss going to be taken here. These are the kinds of plays that get Goddard in trouble because they don't pass the football much. And it's a huge loss.
Yeah, Goddard trying to put in just a little bit more eye candy that they usually have. Another wrinkle with that, and a sloppy mesh ends up with the ball on the ground. James McKinney for the Mustangs nearly gets it, but it will be wrangled in by Grierson Reed, the Lions center.
So it's a second down and 19, 5:41 to go here, second quarter, tied up 12 apiece. Toss on the right side. That time it is Stroot. Another flag comes in here. Boy, Central did a good job getting to it. They shut the play down, but we'll have to check the laundry again.
Yeah, it was really good backside pursuit by the Mustangs there. That's Braden Hassey. Hassey's been doing a really good job tonight in that outside linebacker position, keeping his side of the field contained and pursuing on the backside on that play.
Boy, it's another hold against the Goddard Lions. It's going to back them up even further. Actually, it won't. Central's going to decline the penalty. It is the 11th penalty of the day on the Lions.
Yeah, Central declining the penalty, putting this to 3rd and very long. 3rd and 17.
Yes, sir. Big loss on the penalty. I like the call here from Central because at this distance, making Goddard lose the down holds more value. The other thing to keep an eye on here is the clock. 5:17 left to go. Goddard back up to the line. Once again, ducking under center is Brock Sullivan. He will hand it off again, right side. Boy, they've been going right side Stroot, right side Stroot, right side Stroot. It does get them about, well, they say about 4 yards there that time, but it brings up 4th and long, and the punting team on for the first time today for Goddard.
Yeah, that's Hassey and Young teaming up on that tackle there to get down Stroot. And a good stance by Central's defense forces the punt unit to come out for the very first time tonight.
Yes, sir, it does, and it brings Abram Owings back to return this punt from Brock Haskell. Haskell puts the boot into it. That's going to take a skip and a roll here. Central will let it go. Goddard downs this ball at the 35-yard line. And for the third time today, it's Central's offense that will take to the field, but they will do so with 4:22 left to go. They have not needed that much time to score on either of their first 2 drives here, Brooks.
Yeah, they certainly won't. You wonder if Coach Sandbo might want to slow the offense down and try to end this series with kind of a buzzer beater to go into half.
You know, normally you would think so, but I feel like against a Goddard team that plays so slow and methodical, you don't have to worry as much about that. It's still a good idea. We'll see what they do here on first down and 10. It is a handoff blown up in the backfield. Boy, right there to make the tackle. Corbin Sullivan, the one that finished it. There was a linebacker, though, shooting through the line. And it's a loss of 2 on the handoff to Cooper Reeves.
Yeah, that's a great point to mention, Tyler. Just time of possession and knowing your play style as a team. Goddard, one of those teams that wants to hold it as long as they can and kind of keep you at arm's length. Central wanting to be electric and fast pace.
Reeves in motion, right side, design screen. They will float that out. Catch made on the run here to the 40 across midfield. Big gain for Tyrus Young. He came into this game with 2 catches for 22 yards. Already in this game, he has 2 catches for 46.
Yeah, Young's been putting in that work at practice, and it's showing here tonight under the lights, just being a workhorse for these Mustangs.
From midfield, Central quickly back up to the line. Handoff left side, gain of 5. There goes Cooper Reeves. And the Mustangs on the march with 3:30 to go in the first half.
Nice first down play pickup there. Now you get a chance to maybe let Gordon take a deep shot with 2nd and manageable.
See what they want to go with here. 2nd down and 4. They do a delayed handoff. This goes up the gut, but better blocking. A good wrap-up, though, as they continue to push the pile forward for the first down. Boy, Cooper Reeves got caught up at the line. He was grabbed by a linebacker that had him half-tackled, and then the O-line came in and said, not so fast. They push him forward for a big old gain of 7.
Yeah, this Central offense, well-rested, Tyler, after having Goddard have the ball for so long, and they're just hungry to move this ball down the line.
3:03 to go, first down and 10. They have not yet gone to the air, at least they didn't following the pass to Tyrus Young. So it's been 3 straight running plays here for the Mustangs. We'll see what they want to do on a first down and 10. Snap back to Gordon, a bad snap, it's on the deck, diving for it. We got a pile of bodies here. Goddard motions that they have it, and they do. The Lions come up with a huge turnover. They're going to get the football back with 2:41 to go, and that is a backbreaker to the Central Mustangs, even in a tied game.
Yeah, and a bad snap results in just kind of sloppy hands from Gordon and a unfortunate mesh with his running back, Reeves, and the Lions come up with it.
And keep in mind that defense that spent so much time on the field already barely had a chance to get a sip of water in that 5-play drive. Now they're back on the field once again, trying to defend from Brock Sullivan and company. Toss to Stroot, again, right side. Boy, Central has seen that play so many times. You wonder if Goddard is kind of hitting them with all those jabs to set up a haymaker the other way. But, yeah, they're just trying the same play over and over again. And Central clearly ready for it. They stopped Stroot there for a gain of 2.
Yeah, that's a great point, Tyler. Just kind of, you wonder if it's almost just setting up for that bait, trying to get those safeties to want to come in and get a hat on Stroot with that run to the right that they've seen so many times here this first half.
Remember, Central won the toss. They deferred to the second half. They will start the third quarter with the football. Man in motion. Once again, it is Stroot. They do want to go to the air. There's the haymaker we talked about, and it's caught by Kenny Ast, who streaks down to the 20-yard line. It's a big, big gain of 35 yards. And it's the second big catch of the day for Kenny Ast.
Yeah, and Brock Sullivan must be listening to us up here in the booth, Tyler. He heard the haymaker, and he let it fly. Nice pass as he connects with Ast.
Goddard looking to cap this off. They will go ahead and toss it. There's the play to the right side. This time it goes for a big gain as Caden Stroot takes it ahead at 19 yards down to the 1-yard line. And that was all it took just to kind of shake things loose. They go right back to the well, and Stroot delivers.
Yeah, just the bread and butter that they're so comfortably run all night, and they find the crease that time as the Lions get a hat for a hat. And now they're knocking on the goal line's door with the ball on the 2.
The funny thing is, with 1:43 left to go, even if they score here, you think Central's probably going to come out and maybe take a shot or two. But yeah, one thing at a time for now. It's Goddard trying to punch this in. They will send the man in motion. Quarterback keeper right side into the end zone. And it's the second touchdown of the day for the quarterback, Brock Sullivan. He gets it on a 2-yard carry. And a big touchdown for Goddard puts the Lions in the lead, 18-12, pending the PAT.
And just as we mentioned, Tyler, this Goddard offense, not really a 2-minute drill offense, but they find it quick. Was setting up with those jabs and the haymaker to Ast and going back to the jab.
And another bad snap, and it's blown up by Central. Boy, special teams for both teams just cannot seem to figure it out. And a kickoff coming for Goddard, but boy, between the two sides trying to put something up after a touchdown, 0 for 5 on the day. Back with more high school football action when we return here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
Close your eyes. Now imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community or the camaraderie at Southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Welcome back in here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Tyler Henry alongside Brooks Garrettson, an 18-12 lead for the Goddard Lions. If you're Central, you don't have a lot of time left here, but you can still double dip if they can find a way to score quickly. They will get the ball to start the third quarter. Lawson Davis has the ball on the tee.
Here comes another short kick, Tyler. Notice that short windup. He's not all the way back behind his players. He's just right up there close to the ball.
And there it is, the line drive to the 30 taken by the same up man here for Central, looking to follow blockers and falling ahead to the 40. Both teams not kicking the ball deep, not giving a chance for returns, content to take short fields. But if you're Goddard, you got to be cautious here. 1:35 left to go. It is absolutely Jack Gordon time if you're Salina Central.
Yeah, here's the steering wheel, kid. Go drive. Jack Gordon, keys in hand, 1:35 on the clock, and needing some lightning to strike here in Salina.
Keep in mind, too, we have not seen a catch yet today for Bodie Rodriguez or for Tate Gary. Those are the team's two leading receivers. Central had to burn a couple of timeouts earlier in this half. They have 2 timeouts remaining. They actually only had to burn 1. So keep that in mind as we get set for the 2-minute drill. 1:35 to go. They will hand it off to Reeves, who goes nowhere. And we'll see if Central does elect to utilize that first timeout. It looks like they will let the clock run here with 1:25 to go.
Yeah, not only letting the clock run, also changing personnel. Gordon trying to get everyone to hurry up.
4 wide for Gordon. Rolls out to the right side. Fires it here. Catch made at the 50. Ahead, pushed out of bounds at the 45. A solid gain there of about 15 yards. And it comes courtesy of Noah Peck.
Yeah, Peck on that short crossing route from that tight end position. Rolling with his quarterback. Nice throw from Gordon, getting it out to him quickly in stride, and he's able to get out of bounds to stop the clock.
First down and 10. Goddard trying to rush the line. Yeah, there comes the flag. As Goddard had somebody trying to jump the snap count. That time it was Micah Meyer. And he's been doing that, but yeah, you got to be careful as this is going to be a pretty easy free 5 yards for Salina Central.
Yeah, free 5 yards that go with no clock running out. Central looks to their sideline to find out what they're going to fire next.
4 wide receivers here for Jack Gordon. He'll take the snap. It's a 2-step drop. 4 on the pressure here. Pump fakes. Now goes on a screen. Catch made near the sticks. Still pushing forward is Cooper Reeves. That's going to be good for the first down and a gain of 10. Time stops as they reset the chains with 1:02 to go.
Yeah, Mustangs trying to hurry back as the clock gets set to roll.
And we've got a whistle and a stoppage here, and I believe a timeout. Perhaps. Not sure what that's for. Oh, they wanted the chain gang to move the sticks. There you go. I thought that was a first down. And it was.
Just didn't get relayed to the chain gang quite quick enough.
But I think the new question is, what do you do about the clock? Because the clock was running. And, yep, there we go. They are going to ask that more time be placed on the clock. They'll wind it on the White Hat signal is Salina Central. Boy, they only had a minute 30 to work with. They've only used 30 seconds. They've already moved the ball 30 yards. First down and 10. Back to the air. Jack Gordon thinking about a deep shot. Takes it to the end zone. It's incomplete. Boy, he was looking to hook that up with Tate Gary in the white hoodie down the near sideline. It stops the clock with 54 seconds left to go in the first half.
Yeah, Tate Gary, double coverage there. Not a bad ball, though. Gordon keeping it out of reach of the Lions, but it will also fall out of reach of Gary.
And interestingly, on this massive drive, for whatever reason, Bodie Rodriguez not on the field. He does have his helmet on. He is standing on the sideline, the team's leading wide receiver. Second down and 10 for Jack Gordon. So far on the day, 5 of 7 is the senior signal caller. Cooper Reeves lined up in the backfield for company, 4 wide receivers. He'll take the snap. Pressure coming off the edge. Airs one out all the way to the end zone, just beyond the outstretched arms of Noah Peck. Boy, he put it right on Peck, but it was a touch overthrown, and Noah Peck unable to haul it in.
Yeah, Gordon putting some air time on that ball as he wanted Peck to run under it into that south end zone, but Peck may have lost it in the stadium lights or just couldn't quite get those digits on it. And it'll set up 3rd and 10.
So 2 shots to the end zone. Instead of trying to go short, they will send Reeves out in motion. We've got a whistle and a flag. And it's another call against Goddard. What in the world is going on with the Goddard Lions? They've been a good, disciplined team all season long. Brooks, they've committed 13 first-half penalties.
Yeah, and it's something that makes you scratch your head, Tyler. You certainly don't get to 6-1 with games written of penalties, and Lions just have a self-inflicting wound, and Mustangs get another 3 5 yards with no clock wasted.
3rd down and 5. Gordon takes the snap, play action, another screen. Catch made here near side. That's Tate Gary cutting it back to the interior. He gets to the 15-yard line. It is a big gain of 12. 40 seconds left to go. Still 2 timeouts to use for Salina Central.
Yeah, nice play design there on that screen. Great hustle by Warwick Vanderbleck on.
And with 40 seconds to go, they will wind the clock. Central wants to go fast. Gordon under pressure here, has to escape it. Throws to the end zone. It's incomplete. Just chucks that out the back of the end zone there as they were looking once again for Isaiah White.
Yeah, Gordon just put a little too much air on that one. Gordon's pleading for a pass interference call, but I believe the refs may have ruled it uncatchable nonetheless.
Well, too far through the back of the end zone. Got to agree with the uncatchable call there, much to the chagrin of the Central fans. But what it does do is it stops the clock with 30 seconds left. It's 2nd and 10. You have a chance to catch your breath, drop a play. Remember, Central still has 2 timeouts in their back pocket that they can use here before the end of the half. 2nd down and 10. Rolling out to his left, now looking right is Gordon. They link it up on a designed pass to the near side. It finds Noah Peck, who gets down to about the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. I don't think he went out of bounds.
Yeah, Peck chopped down by Landon Colehorst there. Colehorst coming up with the touchdown-saving tackle. He was the only man on that side of the field, and he came up with the shoulder to the knees.
And they're saying that Noah Peck got out of bounds, or at the very least, the clock has stopped. And I did not see, Central didn't use a timeout. So for one reason or another, the clock comes to a stop at 22 seconds. Central has got all day to get this play in and make sure that they can set up for success on 3rd down and 5. They want to go fast here. Gordon takes the snap. It's a handoff up the gut. Plenty of space and a walk-in touchdown for Cooper Reeves. His 2nd touchdown run of the day. And Salina Central strikes back in style in the closing minute of the first half to tie this game.
Wow, Tyler. 2 penalties for Goddard set up Salina Central, and they strike back quickly to tie this game up with a chance to get the lead before we roll into halftime.
A huge, huge play for Salina Central. The PAT is up, and finally, The PAT is good, and the crowd goes wild. Central with the lead, 19-18. One more kickoff when we return here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
Close your eyes. Now imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community or the camaraderie at Southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Time now for one more kickoff, maybe one more play. But again, the way that Goddard runs their offense, I wouldn't be surprised even if they get the ball here, if they just go ahead and take the safe bet and take a knee and go into the half. That said, Brooks, something about Goddard returning kicks in this building, if you have a good memory from last season, probably makes some folks around here a little uneasy. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah, every play matters in this game until the clock hits 0-0. So Central wanting to kick this away and keep things under wraps here to go into halftime with the 1-point lead.
19 seconds remaining on the game clock. So like I said, there is technically time for a play or two. If Goddard wants to run one, they're actually going to kick this deep for the first time. It'll be fielded back at the 5-yard line. That's where this return begins for the Goddard Lions. Shoved down at the 23-yard line. Central bottles them up, and with 14 seconds left, here comes the offense for the Lions.
Yeah, and let's remember, Tyler, Central won the coin flip to start the evening. They deferred to the second half, so they will get the ball to start the second half. Central kind of sitting comfortable here, Tyler, just needing to close it off and keep the Lions at bay to go into the locker room with the 1-point lead.
Every drive matters in a game like this. But again, for Goddard, probably feel more comfortable taking the knee or maybe playing conservative, keeping it on the ground. I'm sure they'll run some plays here, but you wonder if they're going to take a deep shot. And no, they will actually just take the knee and let time expire. Central happy enough to let that 10 seconds wind off the clock. And it's the Central Mustangs who have come back and taken their first lead of the day. They're up 19-18 here on Goddard as we head to the halftime intermission. Back with more Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week action when we return. It's the halftime report here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
Are you looking for a professional change? Salina Regional Health Center has immediate openings with our financial and revenue cycle departments. We are seeking highly motivated professionals for the following key positions: Registrar, Certified Professional Coder, Health Information Management Associate, Financial Counselors, and Medical Billing Specialists. These full-time roles offer competitive salaries, comprehensive benefits, and in many cases, flexible scheduling with generous time-off policies. At Salina Regional Health Center, we foster a collaborative and supportive team environment. Interested candidates are invited to apply directly through our website at srhc.com. For further inquiries about these opportunities and others, please contact me, Tess Madro, in Human Resources at 785-452-7026. Salina Regional Health Center, taking care of you so you can care for others. It's the Salina Regional Health Center way.
At Vernon Jewelers, we are celebrating 140 years of our family serving yours, serving you with the best in prices, quality, and the service to back it up. You can trust us for your unique custom pieces and any repair you may need. And just because we've been around for 140 years doesn't mean we are old and out of touch. It just means we're really good at what we do. Now is the time to shop for the holiday. Come see us in downtown Salina and look for the iconic Vernon Jewelers sign on Santa Fe, here for you since 1884.
Summer travel can damage and destroy your tires. Commercial Tire Centers encourages you to check for proper inflation. Underinflation or overinflation, along with the extreme Kansas heat, can cause a blowout, damage to your vehicle, and even cause accidents. Make sure your passenger car, truck, RV, and trailer tires are all ready to hit the road when you visit Commercial Tire. We'll even check your spare tire. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer. The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
When there is wastewater backing up into your home, time is crucial. Hours are precious to minimize the mess and damage. That is where Salina Septic Service looks out for you with direct access to their dispatch board, so you can schedule the first available appointment. Upload pictures and description of your problem on the Salina Septic Service website and secure your appointment 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Money-saving specials now and information on worry-free service plans when you visit salinasepticservice.com.
Your next visit to the doctor for an upcoming procedure or surgery should start with a conversation about Salina Surgical Hospital. Hi, this is Geraldine Diedrich, and we are truly committed to fostering your health and well-being. From outpatient procedures to inpatient stays, you will feel the difference in our excellent care and compassion. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure at Salina Surgical Hospital. Your surgical experience is our specialty. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local, community-involved physicians.
We spend 1/3 of our lives working to build our wealth. With over 50 years of combined experience, Billings Group wants to be there to help manage yours. If you're planning for retirement or looking for financial coaching, then come see us on Westchester Drive, east of the YMCA, or visit our website at billingsgroup.com. Securities offered by registered representatives through Private Client Services, member FINRA, SIPC. Advisory products and services offered by investment advisory representatives through RFG Advisory, a registered investment advisor. RFG Advisory, Billings Group, and Private Client Services are unaffiliated entities.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey, Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
Close your eyes. Now, imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community or the camaraderie at Southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now, open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Are you looking for a professional change? Salina Regional Health Center has immediate openings with our financial and revenue cycle departments. We are seeking highly motivated professionals for the following key positions: Registrar, Certified Professional Coder, Health Information Management Associate, Financial Counselors, and Medical Billing Specialist. These full-time roles offer competitive salaries, comprehensive benefits, and in many cases, flexible scheduling with generous time-off policies. At Salina Regional Health Center, we foster a collaborative and supportive team environment. Interested candidates are invited to apply directly through our website at srhc.com. For further inquiries about these opportunities and others, please contact me, Tess Madro, in Human Resources at 785-452-7026. Salina Regional Health Center, taking care of you so you can care for others. It's the Salina Regional Health Center way.
At Vernon Jewelers, we have 140 things to celebrate, like 140 years of our family serving you and your family. In honor of our 140th anniversary in downtown Salina, we are offering 20% off everything store-wide, plus a bonus. At time of purchase, select a bonus bubble and you could save an additional 10 to 20, even 30% off, up to 50% off your purchase. Excludes repair and loose diamonds. Sell in September 21st. Vernon Jewelers celebrating 140 years in downtown Salina.
Life is better with American Family Insurance because our agents provide specialized local expertise to help you get the right coverage at the right price. We understand that farming and ranching is at the heart of what you do, and we want to help protect what you've worked so hard for. Let's build the policy your farm and ranch deserves.
Contact Scott Osherman, agent at Scott Osherman Agency, Inc. at 785-392-3111 today.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
And now back to more football action with your Game of the Week, presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
And with that, I want to welcome you back in here on the Halftime Report. Tyler Henry alongside you. Time now for us to take a check of our Bennington State Bank area scoreboard. And boy, it's a rough slate here for some of our area teams. Of course, here Salina Central leads the way over Goddard 19-18. Elsewhere in the state, Salina South is down to Mays 26-0 at the half. Abilene is down to Wamego 21-0 at the half. Chapman is down to Rock Creek 27-6 at halftime. Southeast of Salinas up big on Ellsworth 30-0 is their lead right now over the Bearcats. Minneapolis trails Phillipsburg 20-7. Sacred Heart leads Republic County 20-13 at the half in a game that is actually for a playoff spot potentially. And El Saline, boy, this might be the shocker of the day. They are shellacking Central Plains. 28-6 is the score at the intermission between two state-ranked 8-man foes. We'll step away. When we come back, it's the third quarter of action between Central and Goddard. That when we return here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
It's time for your game.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
We spend 1/3 of our lives working to build our wealth. With over 50 years of combined experience, Billings Group wants to be there to help manage yours. If you're planning for retirement or looking for financial coaching, then come see us on Westchester Drive, east of the YMCA, or visit our website at billingsgroup.com. Securities offered by registered representatives through Private Client Services, member FINRA, SIPC. Advisory products and services offered by investment advisory representatives through RFG Advisory, a registered investment advisor. RFG Advisory, Billings Group, and Private Client Services are unaffiliated entities.
From raw honey to wax melts to beekeeping tools, boxes, and frames, AJ Honey Farms has it all and more. Be sure to check out their salves. Salves is a powerful blend of nature's best ingredients. Beeswax, crafted with care to soothe and nourish your dry skin, minor cuts, and burns. And for dry lips, try out their Happy Bee Balm. Treat yourself to their locally produced honey items or get a beautifully packaged gift set for a loved one. Stop in to see AJ Honey Farms at 901 North 9th Street. More than just a honey store.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
When there is wastewater backing up into your home, time is crucial. Hours are precious to minimize the mess and damage. That is where Salina Septic Service looks out for you with direct access to their dispatch board, so you can schedule the first available appointment. Upload pictures and description of your problem on the Salina Septic Service website and secure your appointment 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Money-saving specials now and information on worry-free service plans when you visit salinasepticservice.com.
Your next visit to the doctor for an upcoming procedure or surgery should start with a conversation about Salina Surgical Hospital. Hi, this is Geraldine Diedrich, and we are truly committed to fostering your health and well-being. From outpatient procedures to inpatient stays, you will feel the difference in our excellent care and compassion. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure at Salina Surgical Hospital. Your surgical experience is our specialty. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local, community-involved physicians.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey, Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance.
Close your eyes. Now imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community or the camaraderie at Southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Are you looking for a professional change? Salina Regional Health Center has immediate openings with our financial and revenue cycle departments. We are seeking highly motivated professionals for the following key positions: Registrar, Certified Professional Coder, Health Information Management Associate, Financial Counselors, and Medical Billing Specialist. These full-time roles offer competitive salaries, comprehensive benefits, and in many cases, flexible scheduling with generous time-off policies. At Salina Regional Health Center, we foster a collaborative and supportive team environment. Interested candidates are invited to apply directly through our website at srhc.com. For further inquiries about these opportunities and others, please contact me, Tess Madro, in Human Resources at 785-452-7026. Salina Regional Health Center, taking care of you so you can care for others. It's the Salina Regional Health Center way.
At Vernon Jewelers, we are celebrating 140 years of our family serving yours, serving you with the best in prices, quality, and the service to back it up. You can trust us for your unique custom pieces and any repair you may need. And just because we've been around for 140 years doesn't mean we are old and out of touch. It just means we're really good at what we do. Now is the time to shop for the holiday. Come see us in downtown Salina and look for the iconic Vernon Jewelers sign on Santa Fe, here for you since 1884.
Summer travel can damage and destroy your tires. Commercial Tire Centers encourages you to check for proper inflation. Underinflation or overinflation, along with the extreme Kansas heat, can cause a blowout, damage to your vehicle, and even cause accidents. Make sure your passenger car, truck, RV, and trailer tires are all ready to hit the road when you visit Commercial Tire. We'll even check your spare tire. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer. The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome back in here on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Just a reminder, after this, be sure to tune into KINA tonight at 10 p.m. for the Kansas High School Football Scoreboard Show. Your scores and game wraps from across the state of Kansas, brought to you by Home Automotive Centers and Salina Surgical Hospital, also heard on 910KINA.com. This has been a fun game from start to halfway point. It was a Goddard drive that took up about half of the first half, or rather half of the first quarter. They punched it in with a 3-yard touchdown run to Olivas. Salina Central came back. They immediately responded. on a 24-yard touchdown run for Cooper Reeves to even the score, and then the two teams exchanged 2-yard touchdown runs. It was Sullivan of Goddard, it was Abram Owings of Central. Then a punt for Goddard, a fumble for Salina Central led us to 2 more scoring drives, capped off by another 2-yard touchdown run for Sullivan and another 15-yard touchdown run for Reeves. Central, though, has the only points after a score today. So far, Goddard is 0 for 2 on They're 0 for 1 on PATs, 0 for 2 on 2-point conversions. Meanwhile, Central is 1 for 3 on PATs, and that gets us to our halftime score of 19-18. Central fields this at the 25-yard line, looking to get to the second level. No room there, up to the 38, and no further goes Isaiah White. That's where the offense takes over for Salina Central. And in the first half, Brooks, the numbers yardage-wise about the same, but it's how they've gotten it done that's mattered. 57 rushing yards for Central, 57 passing yards for Goddard. The pass game for Central has been crisp and clean for Jack Gordon tonight.
Yeah, it certainly has, and it's just kind of that both opposing images, right? We got the electric playmaking style of Central, and we have the grinding play style of Goddard.
Central hands it off up the gut. That finds Cooper Reeves, who falls forward for a gain of 4. And Central looking to continue establishing that run. I will say that's been one of the biggest strengths of Goddard tonight. They have not given much ground on the ground.
Yeah, but Central's still wanting to establish that run game to give Gordon some room to breathe, to give the offense more diversity, and to keep the Lions guessing.
Soch shotgun set on 2nd and 6. Another handoff to Reeves. This one goes nowhere as Cooper Reeves is stopped shy of the line of scrimmage for the 4th time today. Preston Hagel on the tackle, and boy, Hagel, if he picks up 10 tackles tonight, will be over 100 tackles in a regular season. That is absurd.
Yeah, Hagel's just all over the place for the Lions. He reads the offense really well, and he makes those plays on the defensive side.
They will hand it off again on 3rd down. A flag flies on the near sideline. It's a big gain, and breaking it now to the second level across the 30. Still on his feet, tucking in bounds at the 10, at the 5. Pending the flag, it is a massive touchdown for Cooper Reeves. If it counts, it's going to be a 62-yard touchdown run, and the official says that it does. A flag away from the play will not negate a 62-yard TD score for Cooper Reeves, his 3rd touchdown run of the day.
And the junior, Cooper Reeves, makes Lions just bounce off him as if they were fleas and keeps his legs turning, keeps the feet in bounds, and makes for a huge opening touchdown to start off this second half.
Could not ask for much more if you're Salina Central, as the white hat official comes out waving the flag. Again, whatever it was a connection, or rather a shove between a cornerback and a receiver away from the play. It was against Goddard.
Oh, and they're gonna, and he, so he signaled the touchdown, Tyler. The white hat now trying to explain to Coach Sandbo. So it looked like he signaled the touchdown, and then he called a personal foul.
Well, and it was the official, too, that threw the flag that signaled the touchdown. So you're thinking in your brain, okay, so whatever it was, it doesn't take the score off the board. You wonder if there was something afterwards.
Touchdown.
Okay.
Unsportsmanlike on Goddard.
There you go.
I believe he's saying it will be enforced on the kickoff.
Yes, sir. So Central holding a lead. Again, they did take a 1-point lead into the half. They now find themselves up 25-18. And for the time being, the offense staying on the field. They want to roll the dice and go for 2 here. Not a bad idea, given where this lead stands. Jack Gordon takes the snap, rolling out to his right, and it's incomplete, broken up in coverage at the far side. So another failed 2-point attempt. 25-18 is our score with 10:51 to go. Goddard gets the ball when we come back here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Welcome back in here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Tyler Henry joined here by Brooks Garrettson. Another big touchdown for Salina Central. Let's also talk about Cooper Reeves. He went up the middle that time, broke through a couple of tackles, then he got shoved near the sideline. I think Goddard thought the shove was going to be enough to get him out of bounds. It was not, and he tiptoed his way down the sideline for a massive 64-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, Reeves just showing a new form of energy here in second half. Went into halftime, got himself a Gatorade and an orange, and just coming out here with those legs turning and just not being denied by the defensive unit of Goddard. Just a fantastic run to start the second half as the officials mark out that penalty that will be enforced here on the kickoff that happened on that long touchdown run.
Yes, sir. It will bring the ball up here. The kickoff will now take place in Goddard territory at the 45-yard line. So now, if you're Elijah Duxler, the new goal is to try to make this returnable. You don't necessarily want the touchback, or maybe you do, but you try to pin them as close to the goal line as what you can. Duxler with one hand in the air. They're going to try the onside kick. Central wants to dive on it. We've got bodies on the deck, and the Mustangs recover. Oh, my goodness. It's a Sean Payton-esque move out of Mark Sandbo, and the Mustangs take advantage of the short field to completely bamboozle the Goddard Lions. The officials signaled Central ball. Now they are going to group up and make the new call.
Yeah, Pat McAfee and all the special teams players around the nation on their hands and feet clapping, or on their feet clapping their hands. Not on all fours. On their feet clapping in joy with the gutsy play call that gives Central the ball in Lions territory.
This is incredible stuff. And here's the crazy thing. Central gets 3 straight possessions here. They got the last possession that mattered in the first half. They get the first possession of the second half. And now, thanks to the onside kick, Goddard's offense has not run a real offensive play. All Goddard's offense has done in this span is run one kneel down to close out the half. Central with their foot on the gas pedal. And something like that, that's not even foot on the gas, Brooks. That is punching the button and hitting the nitrous.
Yeah, it certainly is. As Coach Beeson trying to plead his case, I believe he might be asking, hey, didn't Central touch that ball before it crossed the 10-yard plane?
And that was my question, was about the 10-yard marker. Again, we could go back and take a look on the replay, but there's no replay review in high school football. You go with what is called on the field. But I think the case that Coach Beeson would make is with where the ball is spotted. Because Central kicked off from the 45-yard line. They mark it down just on the other side at the 36, or at the 34. But yeah, I mean, it was a bizarre sequence. It also just feels too late to overturn. And yeah, here we go. Offense on the field for Salina Central. They are ready to roll with 10:49 left to go. They've scored 2 unanswered touchdowns. They're looking to make it 3, trying to take a 2-score lead over the Goddard Lions. They will hand it off left side again. There goes Reeves. Breaks it to the outside. Cooper Reeves in the open space. Already 3 touchdowns today as he breaks to the inside and pulls a rabbit out of the hat. Cooper Reeves just went Houdini on the near sideline and slipped 3 different tackles. It's 4 rushing touchdowns on the day for Cooper Reeves. And the Mustangs take a massive 2-score lead over the Goddard Lions with 10:37 to go, third quarter.
And it is all Mustangs here at Salina Stadium as they are just stampeding the Lions here to start the second half as Reeves just keeps those legs turning, Tyler, and finds the goal line yet again.
Cooper Reeves has been putting on a clinic so far tonight. 4 touchdowns. The PAT here is on the way, and the kick is good. Central takes the lead. 32-18 is the Mustang advantage. Back with more Game of the Week when we return on the Salina Post Sports Network.
We spend 1/3 of our lives working to build our wealth. With over 50 years of combined experience, Billings Group wants to be there to help manage yours. If you're planning for retirement or looking for financial coaching, then come see us on Westchester Drive, east of the YMCA, or visit our website at billingsgroup.com. Securities offered by registered representatives through Private Client Services, member FINRA, SIPC. Advisory products and services offered by investment advisory representatives through RFG Advisory, a registered investment advisor. RFG Advisory, Billings Group, and Private Client Services are unaffiliated entities.
Welcome back in here on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. And the last three scoring plays, Brooks Garrettson, a 15-yard touchdown run for Cooper Reeves, a 64-yard touchdown run for Cooper Reeves, and a 34-yard touchdown run for Cooper Reeves. He has single-handedly put the Mustangs on his back. I talked to Mark Sandbo a little off the record as we went before our pregame interview, and he told me, I asked him, I said, what's the biggest thing that's changed since we came here and covered you guys back in week number 1? Obviously, we've kept an eye on things, but, what's the biggest difference in this team? The answer? Cooper Reeves. He had taken over as the bell cow back. We have been given a couple of great examples as to why. Sideline kickoff taken here at the 25-yard line. That's where Goddard will look to get some good field position, and they will find nothing. Down at the 26-yard line. That's where the drive begins. And finally, Brooks, the Goddard offense is given a chance to come onto the field after 3 straight possessions for Salina Central. You don't see that very often either.
Goddard's offense here will have to knock the rust off of their shoulder pads as they had a long time away from the football field with halftime elapsing and just having Central maintain possession.
Toss to the outside, this time up the left, now breaking back to the middle. It's a gain of 12 for Caden Strout. The other thing, Brooks, that you've got to keep in mind, this Goddard team is not designed to play from behind.
Yeah, they're not, but as I'm talking about rust in the offense, they come out with a really positive first down run there, 12 yards and a big first down, getting the offensive turning and just going back to that bread and butter, a hand to one of their backs.
And you got to think, too, there's no point to panic at this point in the ball game. There's still plenty of time as they toss this to Olivas. And Olivas falls ahead for a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, Goddard kind of coming out in that offset, only having the guard on the left side of the center, heavy set to the right, but they run it to the left. Good deception by the Goddard Lions and trying to be deceptive in this run game.
Sets up a 2nd down and 4 here for the Lions. Once again in that offset, we'll see what they want to come through with. It's a toss again, left side to Strout this time. Central is keen to it. Strout does dive ahead, though, and I think he gets the first down after the contact. That's another thing for Strout. He's not a big kid by any means, only 160 pounds, but he's shifty, and he picks up the first down there for Goddard.
Yeah, able to roll off that first contact and pick up the first down, keeping those legs turning and falling forward. So important in this offensive scheme that Goddard has is just getting what you can and making the most out of a little.
First down and 10, Brock Sullivan under center. That is Olivas in motion. They'll hand it off instead to the up man. That's Sty Kemper, the fullback, who falls forward for a gain of 2. And there is a Mustang a little slow to get up there on the back end of the play. They will get a substitute in for him.
And that's Calvin Simmons able to get up and hustle off the field under his own power. Thankfully, just seems to be shaken up a little bit, but I'm sure he'll be okay.
2nd down and 8 coming up here for the Goddard Lions. They went to Olivas last time. They toss it this time. Again, same side, same play, and more or less the same result. A 3-yard gain for Caden Strout. But like last time, they've gone left side toss off the edge. 4 straight plays now. If you're Central, you can't get lulled to sleep. That's how they hit him for that big 38-yard gain to Kenny Ast earlier in this game.
Yep, all 11 guys on the defense got to be keen on their reads and not fall victim of the eye candy in the backfield.
And you got to be wary of the pass, but also I would not put it past them to maybe toss a little reverse or something of that nature. They were on the same exact play again, and it's another great run here for Eric Olivas. It goes for a gain of 13 yards. Olivas has really impressed me. He has been virtually interchangeable with one of the better running backs in the ABCTL in Caden Stroot.
Yeah, Levis just showing the burst of speed there. Braden Hassey had a hand on him in the backfield on that mesh. Hassey came off the edge quickly, but Stroot able to escape it with that speed.
See if they go back to the well for what would be a 7th straight play, and they do. Stroot, though, is grabbed and dropped in the backfield. And it almost becomes that thing, Brooks Garrettson. There are some players, as James McKinney makes the tackle, that, it's like a soccer player that always goes left, and you're sitting there in net as the goalie like, well, maybe if this is the time he goes right. You wonder if they just stick with this until it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, just playing that mind game. I like that analogy there, Tyler, of just kind of getting everyone almost flinching that way. Like, I know it's coming there, and just setting up that jab like they did in the second quarter for that haymaker. You got to be ready for whatever.
Connor Carter checked back into the game for Central. Here we go. They do try to go the other way, but boy, the Mustangs read it well. They bring him down in the backfield. Abram Owings was the first man to the pile. James McKinney is there to finish the tackle, and it's a big stop. Sets up a 3rd down and 11. This is an uncomfortable play call for Goddard.
Yeah, that's another tackle for loss from McKinney. He's got 12.5 tackles for loss on the season thus far. Just continuing to make his presence heard up there on the line of scrimmage.
See what Salina Central has dialed up here. If they want to, I would imagine you continue selling out to stop the run, but you never know. Whatever happens here, you got to make sure you cover up tight end Kenny Ast. He has been the man in the passing game. They do go back to Stroot. Left side, nothing there. And a huge tackle there for Brayton Hassey to bring up 4th down. We'll see if the punt team comes on for Goddard.
Yeah, fantastic tackle there by Hassey. He's been lights out all night for this defensive Mustang unit and bringing up a big 4th down, as Goddard will have to make a huge decision here, Tyler. And they send Sullivan back out onto the field to tell his team what the play is.
I think Goddard, sensing that there is not as much time left in this game as what a running football team needs, they want to roll the dice, and here is the reverse that I talked about. They do give it up the middle, but Central is right there to bring down Caden Stroot. No space to run, and the Mustangs get it back on downs. A huge stop for the Mustang defense.
Yeah, fantastic discipline from that defensive unit and recognizing the possibility of something streaky here. It's 4th down. We've been denying their bread and butter here in this second half. Everyone stay disciplined, stay in your lane, and they're able to corral that ball carrier down as we have a timeout on the field for an injured Lion.
Got a player being stretched out there on the field. Again, for Salina Central, hard to ask for much more than what they've gotten here out of this offense. And they've been able to strike quick. They've been able to strike efficiently. But at a certain point, Cooper Reeves has kind of just taken this game and put the team on his back.
Yeah, he really has. Cooper Reeves earning some college scholarships here tonight. Only a junior. Plenty of room to grow and get faster and stronger for that kiddo. He's been lights out for the Mustangs here tonight.
Also want to go back to the play call because it was a 3rd down and 10. You felt like they were probably in a punting situation. They didn't freak out. They didn't go to the air, even though that passing attack has been strong today. They gave the ball back to their go-to junior tailback, and they said, hey, go get us this 1st down. He got him more than that. He got him 6 points. And he will return to the field here as the feature back. As Central, Jack Gordon and the rest of the Mustang offense on the field for a 1st down and 10 from the 30. They do hand it off. Reeves trying to fall back to the line of scrimmage will lose 3 and make this a 2nd and 13.
Yeah, Hagel, that's 22. The defensive stud of Goddard back there on the mesh before anything could happen on that play.
Again, you've got Hagel trying to creep up. I don't think there was any call there. Yeah, he's good. He didn't make contact with anybody, so no encroachment call. And here comes a 2nd down and 12. Gordon back to the air. Fires a lazy pass catch made, but the defender fell down. Now streaking into the 2nd level, working his way all the way down to the 45-yard line. It's a huge catch for Tate Gary. And a big gain for Salina Central.
Yeah, Gary making some moves after the catch there, breaking into the inside and hitting the afterburners for a big gain to get the Mustangs into Lion territory.
So far, Jack Gordon, 8 for 11 on the day. Again, comes through with the fake play call. It's enough to get Goddard jumping for joy out there with 4:18 to go in the third quarter. Mustangs set it up here. Reeves lined up in the left hip pocket. They want to go back to play action. Gordon taking a shot, looking for Bodie Rodriguez. Both guys fall down, and yeah, I think that's just two guys getting tripped up over each other. Number one on number one. That's Bodie Rodriguez and Landon Colhorst, and it remains 2nd and 10.
Yeah, just two players running hard down the field, both looking up at the ball, trying to make a play, and cleats get a little caught up on each other, and they both hit the turf. Just two players going hard for the ball.
Classic football play right there. Again, nothing nefarious, but yeah, Central has not been shy about the home run shots they've taken in this game. They've not connected on one. Most of their big boom plays have been on the ground, but you look at what they've gotten through the air, 30, 18, 25, 20. They have taken big chunks out of this field through the air when they've gone there. Here is another handoff, right side, bouncing to the outside. There goes Reeves. He is trying to beat the man to the sideline. He gets all the way to the 20-yard line, and it's a huge 23-yard gain. Landon Colhorst with a touchdown-saving tackle there.
Yeah, Colhorst, the last line of defense in that free safety position, having to come through and chop down Reeves on the sideline. Reeves just showing that vision, beautiful blocking by the Mustangs, setting up fantastic alley for Reeves, and Reeves just hitting the gas.
19 carries on the day for Cooper Reeves, including 4 touchdowns. They give it to him again up the middle here, and he falls forward for a gain of 4. But that's the thing. You don't really need to give the ball to anybody else when Reeves can go out and get you what he's gotten.
Yeah, just making it easy on Coach Sandbo and not having to go too deep into his bag of tricks.
See what they want to go with here on 2nd and 6. It is another handoff again to Reeves up the middle, barely tripped up at the 4-yard line. Boy, you know, he was thinking about a 5th touchdown run. Instead, it's a gain of 15, and the Mustangs are in prime position to try to punch this in.
Yeah, Jaden Cohens and Irv Phillips having to combine there on the tackle on the big man Reeves. And here comes that Wildcat package that Central scored with earlier. They got Young in there along with another linebacker, Garcia. Or Delago, excuse me.
Abram Owings is the quarterback. He will take it right up the gut. And he's still on his feet. Boy, he was somehow able to keep his feet underneath him. And it's a touchdown for the Mustangs. It's the 2nd rushing touchdown of the day for Abram Owings. How about 6 rushing scores on the day for Salina Central?
Central going to that heavy man Wildcat set. And Owens doing it all himself, crawling over the bodies. I believe Goddard thought he was down, but Owens was just on top of guys. No body part on the ground. And he keeps the legs turning, and he finds his way into the end zone.
PAT on the way. PAT good. Salina Central extends their lead. They are up 39-18 on the Goddard Lions here on the Salina Post Sports Network Game of the Week.
From raw honey to wax melts to beekeeping tools, boxes, and frames, AJ Honey Farms has it all and more. Be sure to check out their salves. Salves is a powerful blend of nature's best ingredients. Beeswax, crafted with care to soothe and nourish your dry skin, minor cuts, and burns. And for dry lips, try out their Happy Bee Balm. Treat yourself to their locally produced honey items or get a beautifully packaged gift set for a loved one. Stop in to see AJ Honey Farms at 901 North 9th Street. More than just a honey store.
Welcome back in here on our Salina Post Game of the Week. Tyler Henry, Brooks Garrettson. Boy, if you're Central, you needed this one. Let's go back and revisit their season just a little bit. They got off to a good start. They beat Salina South. They fall to Arc City in kind of an ugly loss, but they bounced back. They beat Campus. They have lost 3 out of 4 here down the stretch, Brooks. You want to talk about a game to get you some playoff momentum? If they can hold on, how about a win over a 6-1 team that came in and beat you on the last play of the game last season? That would be a lot of wind into the Central Mustangs sails going into the playoffs next week.
It really is, Tyler. Central just coming out here and making a statement here in these first 3 quarters of play. Just a well-balanced football team making good adjustments late in the season.
Mustangs kick this off to the 20-yard line. It's another big hit there by the special teams. Boy, multiple guys on special teams have come up with potential plays for our hit of the game presented by Salina Pain Clinic. But, yeah, the offense back on the field here for Goddard and Brooks. You got to think, for a team that attempted 15 passes all year coming into this contest, it's going to be a uphill climb, to say the least, for Tommy Beeson's squad.
Yeah, as we have a timeout on the field for an injured Mustang on the far sideline. Take a break here, and we'll be right back with action here on the Salina Post.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Isaiah White, the injured Mustang, who comes off the field. And Goddard, again, putting the offense back out there. But, I mean, for Goddard, the name of the game is fewer possessions, a lot of runs, take the time off the clock, get a little at a time, work your way down, punch it in. That is an awesome strategy when you're up by 14. It is a considerably tougher strategy when you trail 39-18, as they do. And we'll see what the strategy is here as they decide to go with a quarterback keeper up the left side. It's good for a gain of 3. As you see there, Brock Sullivan falling ahead.
Yeah, Tyler, that was actually a Wildcat set out of that shotgun. That was a direct snap to Stroot. We'll see if they stay in that. Nope, there's Sullivan there.
And a late pull. It's taken here by Sullivan, who falls ahead for a solid gain there of 9.
Yeah, picking up the first down. And Lions quick to the ball, trying to put this offense in hyperspeed with the score in the hole.
It's about as fast as what Goddard has played all season long. Another tackle and a short gain there for Caden Stroot. Call it about 4 on the play. This is, I think, the most that Goddard has been down by in any game all year. Goddard Eisenhower, the only game that they lost to, stayed close for a majority of the contest. They have not trailed anybody like this. Needing to kick it into high gear. 1:42 left to go, third quarter. And starting to run a little read option here, Brooks. As that time, they do go ahead and hand it off to Caden Stroot, but you want to talk about the way the Mustangs have tightened up. They've made some good adjustments against this run game.
Yeah, they really have. Just good discipline from the Mustang squad in the second half, making those adjustments at halftime, cluing in on those keys that they had talked about all week long, and just keeping a lid on things here in the third quarter.
It's 3rd down and 5. Central looking to get off the field and try to get the offense back out there. Central's offense, since fumbling the ball away, they've scored on their last 4 offensive possessions. Sullivan lined up here in more of a traditional shotgun set. Another read option look. They go to the outside. There's no room to run. Now coming back to the near side. And still on his feet. Now finally tackled down in the backfield. Eric Olivas is going to get taken down for a huge loss. And for Central, it was Abram Owings who came in like a guided missile and brought him down in the backfield, and Goddard will have to punt.
Yeah, Owens, 2 touchdowns on the night in the Wildcat run, and a great corral tackle there for a huge tackle for loss as he just doesn't let off the gas and finds Street to the ground. Owens will now drop back for punt coverage for the Mustangs.
Yes, sir. It's Abram Owings and Griffin Hall, the 2 back, and it's a bad snap, and Central with a chance to scoop it up, and they do. Salina Central still kicking the ball around. Goddard might have gotten on top of it, but it doesn't matter. Central's going to have the football down here at the 12-yard line. And it's coming up all roses for Salina Central. here in a big AVCTL matchup to close out the regular season.
When it rains, it pours if you came to Salina wearing blue tonight, as the Goddard Lions, with a bad missnap on that punt, just can't seem to get anything going here in the second half. And Salina Central now has the ball on the 12-yard line with 2 seconds here to go in the third quarter.
Yep, time for one more play here in quarter number 3. Salina Central is cooking. And we'll talk more about what's gone right for the Mustangs on the other side of the break. But this has been a phenomenal performance put together by Central, and they have capitalized on miscues seemingly all night long. They will have Cooper Reeves and his 4 touchdowns in the backfield. It's a bad snap for Central, and Goddard jumps on the football. Oh my goodness, bad snaps for both teams, and it'll be Goddard ball on the other side of the break. We go to the fourth quarter. Mustangs still leading 39-18, but a squandered instant red zone opportunity on one play puts them behind the 8 ball to start the fourth. Back with more when we return here on Salina Post.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire-related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Well, as we go to the fourth quarter, you can't say this game hasn't been interesting, Brooks. And after a bad snap on what would have been a Goddard punt, Central decides that they're in the giving mood a few months early, and they re-gift the field position and the football to Goddard. Now, Goddard's going to take over deep in their own territory here, and it may or may not have any impact lingering on the 39-18 game, but it's a chance for Goddard to get something going here in the fourth quarter. As they put the offense back on the field, they toss it out to Stroot, and yeah, Central has made their adjustments. This defense has just completely stopped Goddard in their tracks.
Yeah, just fantastic adjustments on the defensive side of the ball for the Mustangs, and just shutting down this run attack from Goddard.
Here are the Goddard drives on the day. Touchdown, touchdown, punt, touchdown, turnover on downs, turnover on downs. Their last score came midway through the second quarter. Since then, they have not gotten back on the board. And in that time, Central's come back and scored 4 unanswered touchdowns. Another handoff. They try to counter it back to the interior, but the Mustangs are ready for it. They wrap him up. They bring him down at the 21-yard line. And there's another Lion writhing in pain on the ground. As for Goddard, this time it's Central Grayson Reed. Call it a 5-yard gain for Olivas. While we've got a break in the action, I want to thank some folks for their support of our coverage of high school athletics, including the good folks at AJ Honey Farms, Salina Septic Service, Commercial Tire Center, and Smart Insurance. Also Vernon Jewelers, APAC Shears, Billings Group, and Kelly Kitchener of Shelter Insurance. Also want to thank the good folks at Bennington State Bank, Sage Products, Messenger Total Promotions, Salina Pain Clinic, and Equity Bank. While the player gets some attention here, we'll take another quick break. Back in 30 on the Salina Post Sports Network.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Well, being helped to the sideline, not able to put any pressure at all on that left leg, is center Grayson Reed. So things are going to get turned over to Ethan Streicher, the sophomore who will give up about 30 pounds to Reed. He is the listed backup center. We've talked about it, Brooks. Exchanges and snaps have been a problem for both teams in this game. Now you got a backup center in the game as you're trying to come back and maybe make this a more competitive contest if you're Goddard.
Always an important factor. You can't have a successful play if you can't have a successful snap. Now having to rely on the sophomore for the Lions. And let's remember, Tyler, this is a team that switches up their snaps. Sometimes they go under center, sometimes they go into shotgun. So we will have to look and see if that will come into effect late in this ballgame.
Under center here on 3rd down and 5. Brock Sullivan takes it, tosses it outside. Olivas had a little bit of a lane, and then that lane was closed. Central coming in with a big hit. Jeremiah Smith delivers it. And they are brought down shy of the line to gain. It will be 4th and 1. Goddard going to go for it. That's the right decision here. But if you're Central, you can come pretty close to sticking the dagger in if you find a way to stop them on this 4th and 1. They will toss here. No. They keep it on the outside. Central comes up with the stop. We'll see where the spot is listed. It looks like it will be enough for the first down as Goddard got 1 yard, but that was all they needed.
Yeah, they're going to give Sullivan forward progress there as he keeps it on that option with the quarterback keeper.
And we've got another Goddard Lion down on the field. Trying to see who that is. And the injured Lion this time is Jackson Strasburg, the left tackle, who becomes the 3rd different offensive lineman to go down here for Goddard. It's a great unit, but you have to obviously hope and maybe even pray that that unit is going to be healthy moving forward for Goddard, because those are 3 guys you can't afford to lose.
Yeah, certainly not with this heavy run offense that Goddard has created and sticks their sign in the ground. We hope that Strasburg will be okay and able to get to his own power as the trainer's looking at that lower body.
Yeah, already a number of backups in the game for Goddard on that offensive line. Alex Carpenter went out earlier in the game. Based on the way we saw him come off the field, I would not expect to see Grayson Reed back in this game.
Carpenter now getting some practice snaps with his quarterback, Brock Sullivan, over there on the sideline. Carpenter listed as right guard. My guess would be, Tyler, is they're going to move the backup center, Ethan Streicher, to the right guard position and put the starting right guard, Alex Carpenter, in at center. Still leaves the question who's going to come in at left tackle as Jackson Strasburg gets helped to the sideline by a couple teammates.
And exactly like Grayson Reed before him, Strasburg unable to put any weight at all under that left leg. It is not looking good for Goddard. At this point, forget coming back and trying to win this game. You'd be happy to get out of here with all the rest of your guys still intact. 1st down and 10. Toss to Olivas. Cuts it back up the middle for a gain of 6. Boy, they love running that little toss counter action. I don't know if it's technically a counter, Brooks, but it's worked out well here for Goddard in this game. That's been one of their go-to bread and butter plays.
Yeah, it certainly is. One of those plays that these boys have probably been running since they put the shoulder pads on in about 5th or 6th grade. But Central, nonetheless, shutting down that play that they're so familiar with. And that defensive unit looking at 2nd and 5.
Trying to pick this up. Another toss. This one is, boy, a loss of 2 for Caden Stroot. In on the tackle, Jesus Delgado. Trying to see who all's out there at offensive line. Alex Carpenter is still on the field, as is Braxton Collar. Those are your 2 starters that are still good to go. Matter of fact, Colton Hofer is in there as well, but Cash Heenan and I believe Ethan Streicher, the other 2 in the ball game right now for the Goddard Lions. Tough sledding here for Goddard. 3rd down and 5. Central looking to get off the field once again. 9:23 left to go in the game. Handoff here on a stretch play to the outside, looking for room, finding enough, I believe, for the first. And it's a good gain again for Olivas. who's got 15 carries today.
Olivas hitting the circle button there on the sideline and putting the spin move on to pick up that first down. This may have to be measured, though, Tyler, as the refs are looking down the line. Nope, and the white hat says, nope, we're going to call it good.
At this point in the game, not a terrible idea there. Not getting too stringent about this, but yeah, 39-18 our score, 9:14 to go, and Goddard continuing to do what Goddard does, and that's run the football and kill clock. But again, just not the kind of team that is designed to come back from down multiple scores, at least not this late in the contest. See if they do go to the air at some point here as they do run this up the gut. Another 5-yard gain for Caden Stroot, his 22nd carry of the day.
Man, Caden Stroot, 22 carries in a ball game, Tyler. Played 4 years of college football and quite a few years before that. I don't have 22 carries in my career.
My body's sore just thinking about running the football 22 times, especially against this Central defense, the way they've been playing here today. They want to go to the air here. Sullivan looking to uncork one deep over the middle. It's incomplete. Central running with him in coverage, but no real threat there. And it's 3rd down and 6 following the incompletion.
Yeah, trying to connect with Ovalos there.
Yeah, I think they were looking for Colhorst down the sideline and unable to get the job done. So they will bring it back out on 3rd and 6. Again, Central looking for one last stop. Still 8:38 left to go in the ball game, but trying to get their offense on the field to try to punch in a dagger play. Quarterback keeper up the middle. Central read it well. They shut it down. Nothing doing up the gut that time, and the tackle made by Connor Carter.
It's going to bring up 4th down, Tyler. This play might as well be the ball game.
Yep, Goddard will go for it again. They do not have a choice. They trail by 2 scores with 8 minutes left to go. Sullivan perhaps just trying to draw Central off guard here. And we have got a whistle and a stoppage. Didn't hear a timeout called by either side. Not 100% sure what this is for.
Yeah, head official talking to the umpire. And I'm not sure either, Tyler. I didn't see any penalties commit from either side. Both teams held their ground as Brock Sullivan, the quarterback for Goddard, barked out the snap count, trying to get Mustangs to draw off sides, trying to see what the defense was bringing to him. But nonetheless, the Zebras want to talk about something.
And Jesus Delgado is walking over. He wanted to have a talk with his coach, but whatever it was, it won't inhibit. No, it will. They're going to back. Nope, they just run the clock.
That was strange.
I have no idea what that was for. The clock is going to continue to run with 7:56 to go. And, I think in all the confusion, Tommy Beeson says, you know what? Let's take a second and figure this out. Timeout Goddard, back with more when we return on the Salina Post Sports Network.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome back in here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Tyler Henry joined here by Brooks Garrettson as we continue working our way through fourth quarter action. It's a pretty simple situation for Central at this point in the contest. You get a stop, you've probably won the game. You get another score, you've definitely won the game. And again, it's nothing against Goddard. This is a very good Goddard team. This is the kind of statement win that I feel like Salina Central's been hunting all year long.
Yeah, it really is. Salina Central just coming out and playing their ball game. Their defense has been very disciplined, and the offense has had just electric playmaking.
Huge 4th down and 4. Going to the air is Sullivan, and he finds his big tight end, Kenny Ast. Hauls in his 3rd catch of the day. How about this for Kenny Ast? He came into this game as the leading receiver with 2 catches for 47 yards. Well, in this game, he's got 3 catches for a little over 55 yards. He's already set his career or season high all in one day.
Well, have a night, kid. You love to see it if you're wearing blue and white.
Back to the ground, back to Stroot, right side. And a gain of 3, but it will keep that clock running with 7:38 left to go. And to the point we made earlier, Brooks, if you're Goddard, obviously you want to come back and win this football game. You're going to keep playing as hard as you can, but with 2 of your starting offensive linemen out, you're trying to get out of here with everybody healthy. That is priority number 1 going into the playoffs next week.
Absolutely.
Goddard tucks back in, 2nd down and 6, and they will hand this off again to Stroot, still chugging along for everything he can get in a gain of 6.
Yeah, Goddard not flinching, just continuing to run the handoff to Stroot or handoff to Ovilas.
They will go back to Stroot, right side, falls ahead, good for a 1st down, and a gain of 3 on his 24th carry of the day. 6:47 left to play.
Yeah, moving the chains yet again. Central defense, hands on their hips, kind of getting complacent. It's hard to kind of keep the gas on the pedal or foot on the gas sometimes with this big lead.
They go the other way this time on a toss to the left. Eric Olivas on the carry that time has 4, but I know we keep hammering on the point, but time continues to tick down. Normally for Goddard, that's a good thing. Today, not so much, but they do trail by 3 scores.
Yeah, and we might not touch on it as much with teams that run a similar offense. If this was Central versus South or Central versus Central, it's still a lot of ball game left, but with this methodical offense, it's just not that much.
Back to the air. Sullivan has a wide open receiver at the 10. It's a walk-in touchdown for the Goddard Lions. And absolutely nobody came through and picked up the receiver on the far side of the field. That was Caden Stroot, who hauls in his first reception of the year.
Perfect play call there by Coach Beeson. Finds Stroot on the streaking wheel route down the sideline, and a beautiful pass from Sullivan. Sullivan rarely gets to let it fly, but when he does, it's a nice one.
PAT is blocked, and a late flag comes in. It's going to be against Central, I would imagine. And roughing the kicker is the call against the Mustangs. Wow. So another chance going to be given here to the Lions.
Yeah, you wonder if Coach Beeson will want to go to the offense now. Yeah, and here he's telling Sullivan, as kicker Davis throws the tee off the field, they're going to want to go for 2 here.
But another flag.
And Central's defense is running to the sideline as if there's no play to be had.
Goddard may have declined the penalty. I think Coach Beeson, that's the only thing that I can think of with a hand signal that I got from the official. I think that is Coach Beeson. I wouldn't say waving the white flag, but at the same time understanding that you're not going to gain anything really, even if you get the 2-point conversion. 6 minutes left to go. A running offense, and you're still down by 2 possessions and change. So, yeah, they are going to wave off the flag. The PAT remains blocked, and our first score of the 4th quarter makes this a 39-24 football game.
That was a great offensive series for the Lions. Not getting complacent, not, kind of just curling up and dying, but pounding the rock and sticking true to their offense and going to their bread and butter runs, getting a good mix of Stroot and Sullivan and Olivas, and then a nice pass to Stroot from Sullivan to put another 6 points on the board for the Lions.
Not bad for your first catch of the season if you're Caden Strude. And it goes for a big old touchdown of 31 yards. So, Goddard with the ball on the tee, ready to kick this off. Central will be expecting it on the far sideline. That's where almost all of these kicks have been. Also keep in mind the possibility of, the onside kick, which bounces up in the air. Central dives on it. I believe they've got it at midfield.
Yeah, that's Jesus Delgado coming up and getting that ball, high pointing it on the big bounce. Great play by Delgado, the junior.
This is the only thing that I can't quite put my finger on. It was a 15-point game. You decline the roughing the kicker call. You had a chance to cut it to 14 with the PAT. You could cut it to 13 with a 2-point conversion. But then the plan was to kick the onside kick with 6 minutes left to go. Yeah. Either way, Central puts the offense back on the field. It's just a little curious here late in this game. If that's what happened. Again, we don't know for sure. Central puts the offense back on the field looking for a dagger of their own. They will hand it off, bouncing off tacklers, still spinning ahead, falling forward for a gain of 4. It's Cooper Reeves. Another big carry for Reeves, his 22nd carry of the day.
Yeah, Reeves and Stroot just being workhorses for their ball teams. As Reeves collects his 22nd touch of the night.
And I would be surprised if we don't see a whole lot more of Reeves. At this point, Central probably equally content to work some clock and head on down to finish this game out with a W. When I say Central's been looking for a win like this, they've been close a couple of times. We'll talk more about that after the 2nd down and 4. Selling out to stop the run, but not able to stop that as Reeves bounced to the outside, still spinning off tacklers, and a gain of 14 for Cooper Reeves, who just keeps the feet underneath him and is finally pushed out of bounds there at the 33-yard line. You go back and look at Central. They blew out a bad South team that picked up their first win of the year. They fell by 1 to Arc City. That was a really bad loss for Central, but they bounce back and they blow out a bad campus team. Then they come back and they fall to a really good Eisenhower team. You expect that. They blow out a bad Newton team. So what have they done the last couple of weeks? Well, they lost by double digits to Andover Central, and then they narrowly lost to a good but not great Andover team. Now they have a chance here against Goddard again to get that statement victory over a 6-1 AVCTL foe. Handoff, bouncing to the outside. Reeves looking for room, now breaks into the second level. Reeves cutting it back to the inside, up to the 20. And they cannot seem to tackle Cooper Reeves, who picks up 15 more. He is so good after contact.
Yeah, Reeves had Micah Mayer all over him in the backfield and was able to run outside of him and still turn on the gas and get around. And for a big pickup, Reeves just showing his playmaking abilities all over the place, Tyler. He's done it outside. He's done it in the backfield. He's done it right down the middle. Just a talented kid.
4 touchdowns today for Cooper Reeves. They've all been firecrackers. He is going to get not past that tackle. Boy, a good wrap-up by Elliott. Walk on the outside. It's still a gain of 4 for Reeves, but, yeah, you look at his touches this game. A 24-yard touchdown run, a 15-yard touchdown run, a 64-yard touchdown run, and a 34-yard touchdown run. Central will have to swap out some of their own personnel here as they get a new offensive lineman into the game. That is Reese Kelly.
He's going to replace Alonzo Golian. Golian coming out for, I believe, an equipment malfunction, looking at his face mask.
Mustangs back to work. Once again, Reeves is the feature back here in this shotgun set. He's lined up in the left hip pocket, and a timeout is called. We'll go ahead and take it as well. Back with more when we return. It's our game of the week. Central leads the way 39-24 with 4 minutes to go here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Welcome back in here for the final 4 minutes and 9 seconds of this contest. Central got to be feeling like the win is at hand And I'll tell you what, Brooks, you look at playoff seedings in Class 5A, there is a chasm between going into the postseason as a 3-5 team and going in as a 4-4 team. This is going to give Central a chance to do one of their big goals every year, and that is get a win in November.
Yeah, it really is. Central just getting into the driver's seat here this Friday night, Tyler, and just taking control. And the man taking the most control has got to be Mr. Cooper Reeves. He has just put the team on his back this evening and continues to be the dude as they stick to the ground here late in the fourth quarter.
6 touchdowns for Central in this game, all of them on the ground, 4 of them to Reeves, who takes the handoff here and chugs ahead to about the 10-yard line. That's where they will say that he has stopped after a gain of 3. But for Cooper Reeves, that is his 26th carry of the day.
Just insane, Tyler.
There's being the bell cow, and then there's being the only cow in the stables. But when you keep producing, they keep coming back to you, and that's exactly what Reeves has done. Also, I want to go back to a comment that Coach Sandbo made on our pregame show, and I completely agree. You look at the Central team, they might be 4-4, but when you're going up against Jack Gordon and Cooper Reeves, I don't care who you are in the state of Kansas, I don't want to face these guys. Another fake handoff. Gordon wants to go to the air to the back of the end zone, and it's caught by Bodie Rodriguez. Still waiting on the signal from the official. It is a touchdown. And a Randy Moss-esque catch for Bodie Rodriguez. The first passing touchdown of the day for Jack Gordon, and the dagger for Salina Central right into the heart of the Goddard Lions.
Jack Gordon uncorks a fastball into the 10 digits of Bodie Rodriguez, who comes up with just a nice diving catch in the back of the end zone with a man on his back.
PAT. Well, that's one thing to work on in practice this week. Another missed PAT for Central, but a massive lead and the game in hand, 45-24. Back with a kickoff when we return on Salina Post.
When there is wastewater backing up into your home, time is crucial. Hours are precious to minimize the mess and damage. That is where Salina Septic Service looks out for you with direct access to their dispatch board, so you can schedule the first available appointment. Upload pictures and description of your problem on the Salina Septic Service website and secure your appointment 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Money-saving specials now and information on worry-free service plans when you visit salinasepticservice.com.
Welcome back in on the Salina Post Sports Game of the Week. Tyler Henry, Brooks Garrettson. Brooks, this has been an odd game for a number of reasons, but in terms of points after the touchdown tries, that is extra points or 2-point conversions, these two teams have combined 3 of 11 in this game. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an all touchdown affair. Don't worry about the point after. You know what? Don't even ask, because it hasn't been good.
Well, what has been good is the Central offense. Also, to be fair, the Central defense. We wondered if this team was going to click on both sides of the ball at the same time, and they certainly have in this game. They tee it up here, ready to kick it away, and wow. There is kicking it short, and then there's that. As they kick it 20 yards, Goddard's going to get the ball here at the 40-yard line, but yeah, I mean,
good heads-up play, though. That was number 35, Finn Mathis, just calling a fair catch there.
Yep.
Taking himself out of the play and maintaining possession.
He did what he needed to do. Goddard puts the offense back on the field. Again, this game is more or less decided for Goddard. I'm sure they'd like to string together a couple of first downs, maybe score one more time if they can, but priority one is getting out of town and getting some guys healthy again for next week, as this Lion team, in all likelihood, has lost a couple of O-linemen. We hope not for the season, but you never know. Here's a handoff on the outside to Olivas, who cuts it back to the inside, now looking to break some tackles across midfield. Solid gain for Olivas on first down.
Yeah, Olivas just keeping those legs turning there and finding cutbacks. Good tackle there by Jace Fry, pursuing on the back end.
3:07 left to play. Goddard back to the line here once again with Sullivan under center. He'll send a man in motion, give it to him here on the handoff. Once again, that is Olivas up to the 44-yard line, a gain of 3. For Eric Olivas will bring up second down.
And clock just continues to wind down here, Tyler. That's 2:45 remaining in the ball game as Goddard tries to scramble and get up to the line.
Quickly back to the line is Sullivan. He'll take the snap, another toss. This goes to Stroot up the gut. Wrapped up and tackled at the 40. No, it's pulled and stripped away, and the Mustangs are taking it the other way. A foot race to the end zone. It's won by Central, and it's the third touchdown of the day for Abram Owings, who ran 2 in out of the Wildcat as a quarterback, and on a strip return for a touchdown, he'll pick up a third on defense to put the Mustangs on top 51-24.
My, oh my, have a night. Abram Owings. He's done it on offense, and he finds a way to do it on defense as he picks the pocket of the Lions and takes it to the house. What a play, Tyler.
They're stripping the football, and then there's just committing theft. And that's what Abram Owings did. He didn't even reach a hand in the pocket. He ripped the pants off and took the ball right out of there and runs it 55 yards the other way for a defensive touchdown. Boy, for Salina Central, you could not ask for any more momentum going into next week's game, as they are going to have a chance against another probably 4-4 foe to try to get something done and do some damage in November.
Man, what a dagger here in the fourth quarter. 2:23 to go. And Abram Owings just putting the nail in the coffin.
And another bad snap. The PAT kick is up, and it is good. Salina Central, another score. They will kick it away when we return. 52-24 with 2:23 to go on the Salina Post Sports Network.
Your next visit to the doctor for an upcoming procedure or surgery should start with a conversation about Salina Surgical Hospital. Hi, this is Geraldine Diedrich, and we are truly committed to fostering your health and well-being. From outpatient procedures to inpatient stays, you will feel the difference in our excellent care and compassion. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure at Salina Surgical Hospital. Your surgical experience is our specialty. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local, community-involved physicians.
Welcome back in here on the Salina Post Sports Network. Tyler Henry, Brooks Garrettson, and boy, this just did not seem like one of the potential outcomes of this game. It was if Central played a nearly perfect game, and guess what? They have. This has been the issue for Central this year. There have been games where the offense has played really well. There have been games where the defense has played really well. There haven't been a lot of games where both have come together for a full effort. That has been this game. And I'll tell you what, if Central plays like this going into the playoffs, look out. The Mustangs are going to be a team to contend with.
Yeah, this is just spooky here on this late October night here, Tyler, because the Mustangs are lights out across the board. It has been all Central tonight, and the score shows it.
They will kick it off, and this time they do elect to kick it deep. It's fielded back at the 10-yard line by Goddard. Looking for some blockers, working ahead, tripped up, brought down at the 30-yard line. That is Stroot. And we have a late flag in on this play. See what the ruling is. But, yeah, I mean, you go back and you look at the scores, you can kind of see where this has happened for Central. They had a really good day against Salina South. Arc City, they let up more than they would have liked. Here's the other thing. Salina Central had a game this year where they had 600-plus yards of total offense and lost. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, that's just insane.
Still waiting on the official call here on the flag. And, yep, it's going to be unsportsmanlike offsetting on both sides. We play on 1st and 10 with 2:17 left to go here for the Goddard Lions.
Yeah, and it is just all juice for Salina Central as they just have all three phases of their game clicking right now. Well, two phases, most definitely. Two phases, most definitely. A bit to polish up on the special team side of the ball with the PAT looks, but they did get that last one through the uprights. So, maybe getting better as they go on this Friday night. But nonetheless, just a fantastic show out here tonight. Oh, and a late flag flies from the white hat, Tyler. I believe this is going to be on the coach of Goddard.
Wow. Well, you don't see a flag like that this late in a game very often, but clearly tempers flaring, frustrations rising, and 15 more yards and another penalty on Goddard.
And it's just a frustrating night for the Goddard Lions. I mean, this is a team that is 6-1. You don't get to 6-1 on accident, folks. I mean, and it is a good team. They have that, like we said, that time capsule offense that is so tried and true, and they've been running it well all season, but just things have not been clicking tonight for the Lions, and Mustangs have been shining bright, and tempers are flaring here late in Salina.
Well, and again, for Goddard, I mean, at this point, priority one is get out of town with the rest of the folks healthy, but I mean, they have not been on the receiving end of a beatdown like this all year. Their only loss came against a state-ranked Eisenhower team, and it came 32-21. So only an 11-point loss in that one.
Yeah, this is going to be just a heartbreaker for the Lions. They haven't had a game with this self-inflicting wounds, with this many just back-breaking plays from the opposing team.
First down and 10. They will hand this off up the middle. Good run as falling forward there. The other thing, though, here for Goddard, you got to reset because next week, I mean, again, elimination football starts next week. You got to make sure that you brush this one off and get back to doing what you do as quickly as possible. There is really no time to kind of decompress from this.
Yeah, got to have a short memory in a game like this. Can't sit around and think about it too long. Just got to watch film and learn from it and adjust for the next Friday night.
Back to the line here goes Goddard. They will hand it off again up the middle. Time continuing to run and falling forward back near the original line of scrimmage. So they do get the 15 yards back, but it brings up a 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, 125 just continuing to tick away as Central is approaching this W. Yeah, Goddard just kind of content knowing the outcome has already been decided tonight. And it's just been one of those nights where the coin has always flipped on the Mustang side.
Certainly has. Central looking to close it out with one more stop here. Another carry up the middle. They will push the pile ahead. And falling forward near the sticks. They will have to take one more snap as there is about a 7-second difference between the play clock and the game clock, but this should be the final play for the Goddard Lions. There it is, a handoff up the gut. Central there on the stop, and that should just about do it. They will flip the... Actually, they're saying nope, they do say move the chains. We'll see if Goddard wants to run one more play or if they're content to let this one expire.
Yeah, and there is just a ton of good things to build on for Salina Central coming out on top tonight as they win big over the Goddard Lions.
Salina Central walks into town 3-4. They're going to exit the regular season 500, and they're going to do so emphatically. A 52-24 beatdown of the previously 6-1 Goddard Lions. We'll step away, back to wrap it up when we return. This has been the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey, Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
Close your eyes. Now, imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community or the camaraderie at Southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now, open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Welcome back in here one last time on the campus of Salina Central, where the Mustangs roll to a 52-24 win over the Goddard Lions. Central moves on the season to 4-4. Goddard falls to 6-2. And as we get set to wrap this up, let's take one last check of our Bennington State Bank scoreboard. Everybody else has gone final that we were able to find. Salina South fell to Mays 57-0. Wamego ran through Abilene 41-6. Rock Creek did the same to Chapman 69-6. Southeast of Saline shellacked Ellsworth 44-8. Minneapolis drops their game to Phillipsburg 36-21. Sacred Heart defeats Republic County 32-13. They will have a home playoff game next week. Shocker of the day, El Saline defeats Central Plains 58-12. Little River smokes Solomon 56-0. The only game we were not able to find a score for, at least yet, was the game between Bennington and Harrington, the winner of that contest advancing to the playoffs. Here in this game, it was a banger of a game from start to finish. Goddard came out. They punched in a first drive touchdown. Took about half of the first quarter off the clock. They ended up scoring late. They did exactly what they wanted to. They took a 6-0 lead. Central came back and tied it up on the first of 4 touchdown runs for Cooper Reeves. The two teams went back and forth really throughout most of the first quarter, but there before halftime, Central got a 15-yard touchdown run from Cooper Reeves. He came out and started the third quarter with a 64-yard touchdown run, and then Central recovered the onside kick, punched in another Reeves touchdown, and never looked back as they roll to a 52-24 victory here tonight. Normally, this is the part of the show where we tell you what these two teams have coming up next week, but, it's playoff time. We actually don't know. So stay tuned to K-Preps or wherever you get your sourcing and information for news and updates. When those brackets release, we'll also let you know about it on Salina Post Sports at our Twitter page. Be sure to go give us a follow at SPostSports on Twitter or X or whatever the kids are calling it these days. And if you enjoyed today's broadcast, be sure to hit subscribe on the channel here on Salina Post. But for Tyler Henry and for Brooks Garrettson, that will wrap it up for us. This has been the Salina Post Sports Game of the Week. It's brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
This has been a presentation of your Game of the Week, presented by Eagle Communications and Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.